Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by DraftKings, Game Time, and AG1. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to Nateland Podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
Welcome. We're here. It's Labor Day.
Yeah.
What is Labor Day for? The workers?
Yeah.
Us?
People that labor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So it's a day for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a job.
Just for blue collar people like us.
Yeah.
Do they make people that don't have jobs go to work?
Yeah, that's why Labor Day. That's what it seems like. It's like, get to work.
Well, stuff is still open today, right? So
Not like federal.
It's a federal holiday.
that's good. They need some.
Yeah. But like Lowe's is still open today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So who gets it? Just the federal people? the
The IRS.
IRS are like, God, man, this day's to celebrate us. And then they go to Lowe's and have a Labor Day party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go.
Schools are closed.
Let's go buy some stuff. Put those people to work today.
Yeah, but the students are not working.
But the teachers get off.
Okay. I mean,
So then parents that work at Lowe's now have to figure out
Yeah,
what to
yeah.
do today.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. Well, happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope you're out there with your loved ones celebrating this weekend on this hot day in Nashville, Tennessee. We have everybody's loved ones are coming over today. We're going to hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, daycares are closed on Labor Day, so it's more work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your age.
Because I have to spend time with my child.
Yeah.
I was glad to do this podcast.
Well, we're glad to be here. Y'all were talking about caffeine before.
I'm jacked
Because
up.
you're jacked up.
Yeah. Dusty had a half a cup of coffee.
Listen, I quit coffee for a while,
Mhm.
and I've been drinking it for about a week now,
Took a little tolerance break.
and I am fired up. I mean, I got a little shake to me
Yeah.
right now.
You like that?
I don't really. Oh, I feel
Oh.
good. I had a little AJ1 to balance it out, so I got a little caffeine, a little greens.
Yeah. Remind you of
And,
the old days,
Yeah,
you think?
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
We could get some stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I drank a Celsius on the way here with Dusty. And then I drank a full cup of coffee. And I think I'm finally up to normal.
Yeah.
Now I have the energy that I should have.
I did no coffee. I've done no coffee yesterday, and then I haven't had any today.
I may
And
have
I'm
a
gonna try
heart
not
attack.
to do it.
I may have a heart attack
You
during
can't
this
even say it.
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even say. I'm already
You're
slurred.
pretty, yeah. I had the other day. I had it. He might have had one as he said. What if you had one and they go, "We don't know what's going on," and you're like, "I'm having a heart attack,"
Yeah,
and they're like, "What?" And I'm having a heart attack, and then they go, "I think he's fine." I don't know what, and then that's how it goes down.
that's like an old country term, heart
Mhm.
attack.
Yeah.
They're like, that
If
must
you
be
had one here, we would leave the cameras rolling, show the body bag go out,
Oh, man.
and then Greg Warren just walk by and sit right down in that chair,
Yeah.
and then we just be right at
We
it.
don't even cut.
And then that one guy on YouTube that always does hashtag dump Dusty, he
Yeah.
would celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
like, oh, they did it.
Yeah.
This
We would
one guy,
do-
he's always there.
That's me, Dusty.
That's his life's mission at this
Yeah.
point.
He doesn't even say why, really. It's like, give some details, bud.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Trying to get Dump Dusty trending.
Yeah.
If you click on somebody on YouTube, you click on their username, it'll show every comment they've made on your channel. And this guy, just a vendetta. I mean, every episode for probably a year, just Dump Dusty, Dump Dusty.
I assume it's an old comic that I used to know,
Yeah.
and they're
Oh,
mad at me. That's
yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
And they have their own little code names, whatever. They're
He
like-
might be your number one listener,
Yeah.
or he may listen to your podcast too.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
He's a fine Jesus.
He hates
that
you
guy.
so much that he's ended up loving you because he just
Yeah.
listens to you so often.
Yeah.
I got some people like that too, but the people that I usually am like that towards, they're not motivated enough to do podcasts and stuff, so I don't have a lot of material to watch. There's one guy in particular, I won't say his name, but I love to dig and try to find what he's doing in stand-up now. It's very little, and it bums me out because I'm like, give me some more. I want to show my wife this stuff.
Yeah. Because you don't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like the hate watch or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can really get sucked up being like something makes you like it Probably not good though.
I don't think so.
So with caffeine, I did. So I played golf the other day, and I was like, I think I had so much that it like messed my tempo up, and I felt jittery, and I was like, it was like the first time where I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and it got like out of control. And then yesterday I was like, I'm not drinking coffee. I still had I had a couple diet Dr. Peppers, but I mean, I've been a little bit easier on those. I like to drink them with food, and then that's about it. I don't drink. I mean, I talk like I drink a ton. I can drink a ton, and I used to, but if I'm home, maybe 2 12 ounces, maybe.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah.
2 12 ounces.
Well, I've gotten
That's
good
before lunch for me.
I think I'm old. You're old, dude. You just can't do any. It just crashes down on you.
The energy drinks are what seem extreme to me.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, how much energy do you need?
No, I always take a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been asking for more since he started this. Yeah.
Nate's the one sending them to me.
I got him on my Amazon. They just pop. He doesn't even know where they're coming from.
Subscription.
Yeah. He goes, I must have got to deal with Celsius.
Every Monday he comes to my door.
Are they Celsius Energy? That's the new energy drink.
I'm into it now. They
Yeah.
just kind of took over these gas stations. Now
Yeah.
they're everywhere, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
The Celsius, but I'm into what they're doing. They got good flavors, 0 sugar.
Yeah.
That's big for me.
Yeah.
You
You got to give something.
Mhm.
Something's got to give.
Yes.
And you go, that's 0 sugar. What do you get with it food wise? You just go in there and get the Celsius?
Just kind of get after it.
Do you get food at the gas
No.
station? Yeah.
Just a Celsius, maybe some Tic Tacs.
Oh.
what's the name Celsius? That's like a temperature,
Mhm.
right?
That
I know how to
Now-
use. I
yeah.
how
You know
do
how
it.
to calculate now.
Yeah, it's double add 30.
Okay.
Yeah, remember we did it.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. So it's 20, 40, 70. Easy.
Easy.
Right now.
It did seem easy, but I forgot it the moment
Mhm.
we left the podcast.
Say today's going to be 90, minus 30, 60, 30. So it's 30 degrees Celsius outside
There you
today.
go.
get that.
Wow.
There you
Okay.
go.
Wow.
That's well done.
Thanks.
You can be using that a bunch.
Yeah, I will. I might put all my stuff on Celsius.
I don't
My
know why we
car,
do
What
I might do
stuff?
my car,
Oh,
like
like the-
our air conditioning in the house. You can change to Celsius.
Why do
I
we
go to
do
hotel.
Fahrenheit? Why do we do Fahrenheit? It seems
Ooh,
like
yeah.
everybody does Celsius.
Because we're weak. No,
'Cause
I
we're-
don't know why. No, I think everybody does Fahrenheit. I felt when I was out there, it was the vice versa kind of thing, where you're like the Fahrenheit. I thought it was like we're the only ones doing Fahrenheit or something or meter. Like it's meters. They do meters everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was meters.
The metric system.
Yeah. And it was like everybody switched to the other one, and then all these have just held on to that way. But because they're the ones that have to switch usually. I mean, I guess when we go to other countries, we don't really. We're just like we just know what we know,
Yeah.
and
We're
they
like,
usually-
we're still going to do miles.
yeah,
We're not going to get into kilometers.
yeah. They say a lot of kilometers, and kilometers. I don't know how to do that.
What about stones?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've seen stones too,
Yeah.
and I don't.
What's
I don't,
that?
I've
That's
never
for
heard
It's
of
their
weight.
weight.
Yeah, you weigh like 6 stones or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I heard that.
That
That feels vague.
It sounds better than 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Well,
It seems
depends on
vague.
how
though.
big
It's
these
like,
stones
yeah, how
are.
big's a stone? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like 6 stones. You're like, that's not that bad.
6 stones is 84 pounds.
Oh,
So how many stones am I at?
What is-
185.
yeah.
You're almost 13 stone.
13 stones.
So 300 is
300 is 21 stone.
That's a lot.
that's
of
tough.
stones.
Starts feeling.
That's
Starts
a
feeling it.
wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
That starts feeling.
Yeah.
That starts feeling worse than 300 pounds. Is you go? I didn't.
My weight's old enough to
Yeah.
drink.
They go. This guy's 21 stones over here. You're like,
Yeah.
cool. Because then you think. Because then your mind just goes to carrying 21 stones, and you're like, it's an all day project.
Yeah.
You just had to lift one stone and move it to the other.
That's
stone.
a wall.
That's tough
Yeah.
to count.
Yeah. That's a good size wall. It can be a skinny wall that you can't see over, or a nice long wall.
Mhm.
That's a dusty. That's
Yeah.
what we start calling walls. Yeah.
You might not even have that many stones.
Yeah.
It's tough
Yeah.
to find.
You could. You'd have to borrow some. Get down one stone, and then maybe it would take you a while to get down one. How much to get down one stone? So if it's at 21, what's like 298? 280
Yeah.
is 20. So to lose a stone, you have to lose 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you might be a better weight thing to do stones.
They're better milestones, right? I'm trying to milestones
because it's
That's where it comes from.
milestones. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel as good when you're like, yeah, I lost a stone.
Yeah, but
you-
How
20
good does it feel to
pounds.
go? Did I drop 5 stone?
Well, 5, that's
Well,
100
5.
pounds.
Yeah.
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 But your motivation would be to lose instead of pounds, because like that's so like when you try to lose weight, it's like it's so slow. So if you just go, I'm just trying to lose a stone, that means it's 20 pounds.
People are like, you mean a
How many
kidney
pounds
stone?
is a stone? Like
Trying
yeah.
to lose a stone.
14
Kidney stone?
pounds.
So 14 pounds. So that'd almost be like, all right, I'm trying to lose 3 stones. And so instead of weighing yourself every day for a pound,
Mm-hmm.
you weighing yourself once a month, and you're trying to see if you can lose
Yeah.
a stone.
Right.
We figured some stuff out today.
I actually might do that.
So you're going to change your car to Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
You can change your scale to stone.
Yep.
And you're going to
That'd be
start
hard.
driving on the other side of the road.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's all stuff going. Love it.
Start with driving on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Just be like, hey, I'm just doing the metric system or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, that doesn't have anything to do with that. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm
doing
living like abroad
it. Mhm.
You've probably driven on the other side of the road.
Yeah,
a
I
few
was going to
times.
say,
many times.
this is your argument to the
Yeah.
police.
Yeah.
Trying to broaden my
We're going
horizons
dusty.
a bit.
We're just happy to not see in the water.
Yeah. I'm getting ready for
To be
England,
honest.
man.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, sir, you're never leaving the country ever again. You're like, well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
all right. Can we turn that air down? Let me turn it down.
Yeah, because
Cold?
it's on Celsius, so you won't know what to do. He's going to put it down to.
Got to add a couple, minus some.
Is he about to make it warmer in here?
Yeah, I think he means up. That's funny how air, like,
He say turn the air down.
that means it would blow less.
But is he turning the air up or the temperature up?
I think he's turning the temperature
That's the
up.
question.
But
So,
that is the question.
so Nate, settle an argument. What just happened?
Turn the air down.
you
turn
turn
the
the
air down.
temperature down?
Oh, you made it colder.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Is that what do you say?
I figured you were making it warmer because you're usually cold.
No, I'm hot now, but
All this hot
But, would you
caffeine
not say
coming
it
from
air
this side
down?
of the table.
But some people get confused. That means turn the air down means to blow less, so it would make the temperature.
You
Yep.
say turn the AC up. I think that means make it colder. But you
Yeah.
could argue that means you're turning the temperature up.
yeah.
Make it a little warmer.
Yeah, I don't say AC, but I would say can you turn the air down or turn the air up? Air up would be it's too cold. Air down would be it's cold.
Yeah, that's how I do
Can you
it.
cut it down? Cut it off? Can you cut the air on? Cut the air on would be
I like to
Turn
say
the
cut
air.
on because it really frustrates people, and they go, "You don't cut it on, you cut it off." And I like to go, "No, I do cut it on.
Yeah.
I cut ours on.
I like to cut things on.
Mm-hmm.
Most people just turn it on or turn it off.
Yeah, but I like to cut it.
I cut it. I had a joke where I stopped saying cut it because
Mhm.
it just would be
Confuse people.
yeah. When I was here, it doesn't, but everywhere else, it's just like
Yeah,
they're like, what?
yeah. It's like it's
Because I was like, and I was like, cut it off, cut it on,
You're gonna cut these lights on?
cut these lights on. Is that the joke?
yeah, cut it on.
Kmart.
Oh yeah, you're gonna cut these. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you're gonna cut these lights on, and then I think I switched it to turn because it was like everybody's like, you don't cut lights on. It's one of those that you're like, I'm taking them out of the joke, even though I
Right.
like saying it.
Right.
That's just how I say it. But
I guess it's because you cut the power to it, right? When you're turning it off. But I like to cut the power. I like to
Back on?
Yeah, I like to
Cut
cut
it
that
on.
power right in.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it in,
we look at more of the on off as the
and I feel like that's the more important part of it.
yeah.
On and off. It's like shouldn't be confusing if I go cut it on. You know what I mean? It's on.
It's on. All right.
You know what I mean? Cut
What's
it
the bottom of
on.
that?
You tell someone to cut it out, but you don't usually tell someone to cut it on. Right?
But you don't really want them to. If you need them to cut it out, you need them to calm down. You never want to go, hey, cut it on. You guys are just too chill in here. Cut it
But
on.
Nate's often said to me, I wish Aaron would have cut it on today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should have set him to Celsius.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say it in that way. I would just say it in the air conditioning, cutting the lights on and off.
Yeah.
cutting the air conditioner on.
You don't cut the volume down?
I would say turn the volume down.
Okay. Interesting.
Cut it up.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with the actual physical device? Because when I think volume, even though I don't think most volume changers are like this anymore, I still think a knob that you're turning left and right.
Yeah.
So that'd be turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know if I say it because of that. I say it because people in my life said it.
Yeah.
And now I say it. I'm not really, looking at what am I doing?
What is that? Etymology?
Etymology.
Etymology.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
I for
Etymology
sure
plays
have
very
said
different.
cut it
We're
up.
going to have some of that
Cut it
today.
up. I for sure have
Yeah.
said that. Cut it up.
It's too weird.
It is weird when you think about it, but I for sure said it.
By your radio?
Yeah.
Turn it up, rip the
Cut
knob
it,
off.
Cut it up.
Yeah.
Does it? You not feel it when I say it?
No.
Like,
It
hey,
feels
what-
uncomfortable. I don't
Yeah.
think you said it. You would have said cut it down, cut it, all that stuff, but you don't. There's some things it's too far.
Is it?
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Dusty.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Cut it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels, I don't know. It feels like I would have said it, but I found an old video of myself as a kid where it seems like I made frog have 2 syllables. I was like, frog,
Yeah.
That,
That I could see.
yeah. Big old frog.
And you probably talked
Frog.
about frogs a lot. As a
Yeah.
kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
All the time.
Every day.
How many frogs do you think you were around growing up?
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
They used to say if you pick up a frog and it pees on your hand, then you'll get warts,
Mhm.
right? And then they say that's like a wise tale or a wives' tale. I don't know whose tale it is, but
An old wives' tale.
yeah. But I would pick up frogs all the time. They would always pee on me, and I would always have warts. But as an adult, I'm not picking up frogs, and I don't have warts.
Oh, you did have warts a lot as a
Yeah.
kid?
I would get little warts, not a lot of them, but like I would get random little warts here on my hands
And you pick up frogs quite a bit, huh?
all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
They were always peeing. The
Frog
moment-
gigging? Isn't that what it's called?
Well, I wouldn't kill them. I'd just pick them up.
Well, I don't think
Yeah, that's putting a spike through them.
Yeah.
Oh, gigging means killing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
For what purpose? Just for fun?
To eat.
Fry them up, eat them.
Well, when
Oh.
people don't grow up with money, they have to go out in the wild and do stuff.
Yeah, eat frogs.
So you don't. That's why you don't know what any of this is.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All this time, you thought frog gigging was just hanging out with frogs.
Hey, little buddy.
I thought it was catching them like fishing.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of scoop them up, admire them, and then throw them back.
No, they have like sticks with a fork on the end of it that they would just.
Like spear fishing.
Yeah. I never did it.
It's like
'cause
picking up trash on the side of the highway.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of money, but we had more money than eating frogs out of the creek.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah. We would go to a restaurant and get them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we ain't making.
Yeah, right.
The slave family ain't made frogs in a long time. We ain't going back to it.
Yeah.
But if there's
Exactly.
frogs on the menu, you'll have some.
You know how they say everything tastes like chicken, but it's always fried stuff. They're like, oh, it tastes like chicken. It's like maybe you just associate chicken with fried.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because I've had like snake or alligator. You eat that,
Yeah.
and they're like, but it's like very tough.
Yeah.
It's like hard to chew
Gamey,
and
they
eat.
say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Game.
Gamey.
No, I think gamey's like I thought it was like duck's gamey. Like
Or
it's got
bison.
a.
That's all game.
I
Big
thought it was
game.
like a smell. Like it was like duck. I think I was like, it just smelt too much like the animal it was.
That's where you get like a duck
Smelt,
curry
yeah.
at an Asian restaurant. You put a
Yeah.
lot of curry in it, and then you're like, all you taste is the curry, really.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to get that game out of there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get the. I don't ever get duck.
Sometimes, like I used to like duck at this one Thai place, so I've tricked myself into thinking I like duck, and I'll get it at other places. It's never good. I'm never like, I'm good. I'm glad I made this decision. Because you think, oh, I eat chicken all the time. It's boring. But then somebody will get chicken, I'll get duck, and then I'm like, I wish I would have got the chicken.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I never go, wish I would have got the frog legs. You know what I mean? I've had frog legs before. It's not good. People act like it's delicious, like gator tail, and they're like, oh, I love it. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You just like fried that you dip in a sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like calamari. It's like, you don't like that. You just like a fried.
I think people
And
like
sauce.
calamari. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the texture of it, but I think people do like it.
I like it fried. I think
Right.
people do. I like it fried,
Mhm.
and if you dip it in the sauce, which
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to the sauce
If
and the
I
fried
think about what it is, though, it grosses me
What
out.
is calamari?
Squid?
baby squid.
What'd you? Have you never heard?
I've heard of calamari. I couldn't have told you what it was.
It's little rings,
Yeah.
little real
From
chewy,
Lebanon.
real chewy
Yeah.
rings.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's a squid you're eating.
Well,
Yeah, it was in the ocean.
All meat's kind of gross if you think about what you're eating.
That's probably true.
I don't know. Like a meat that you can eat,
Frogs?
like beef that you can eat mostly raw is, I think that's pretty good.
Oh, like a steak.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a,
Not
Not
like
cooking
ground beef. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Some
wouldn't
people
even
do
cook
that though in the
Yeah.
Midwest. It's called tiger meat.
Oh yeah.
They
No, I
just
like
eat
to.
raw ground beef.
Oh, really?
They'll put it out like a charcuterie board, saltine crackers, onions, pickles, and raw ground beef.
Oh,
I'm not ready for that.
I would try it.
I would
Is it-
try it
wouldn't it
too
make
if it
you
was
sick?
out.
Ain't that how you get sick?
I think
Yeah.
you can.
I guess if it's real fresh, that's when it's supposed to be okay.
Tiger meat is a raw beef dish commonly found in Midwestern U.S. states with significant German populations, such as North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Often referred to as a cannibal sandwich.
It gets worse as it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess you put egg, onion, salt, and pepper, and other stuff in it.
salmonella.
Yeah.
Mixing raw
Salmonella.
beef and raw egg. I mean, again, it
coli.
just gets worse
Coli.
as it goes.
Sounds like a comic from the 80s. Salmonella.
Salmonella. How's
Still
he
out
doing?
there.
Okay, how's that
Yeah.
guy doing?
The Wisconsin
Chuckle
Department
Hut.
of Health Services warns against consuming raw meat sandwiches,
Well,
Mm.
they-
as they're at risk of contracting bacteria.
well, that's what they
Finally,
would
some
do.
government stuff I'm on board with.
Well, I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
This
you were this
weekend,
weekend, right?
I
Did you
ate
have some?
I ate at Culver's.
Oh,
Got
nice.
me a Butterburger.
Nice local place.
Is that yeah? We have a Culver's, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. I was all excited.
Yeah.
That's a chain?
I saw Culver's in Murfreesboro yesterday.
It's a chain, but it's their thing up there for sure. Yeah. How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a lot better when I thought, I'm getting something these boys never heard of.
I mean, I can drive you one right now.
Oh.
It's maybe
Probably
eight-
before the podcast is over.
honestly 8 minutes. It's probably an 7-minute drive.
You could go there, eat, come back. We'll still be doing
I look out the window and I could see the sign.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could sit down and eat, and we would still be doing and drive back, and we'd still be doing the podcast, maybe wrapping it up.
You would be able to
You'd
let us know
used to
how
be
it
in the
was.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah. You
All
could
right.
also drive to your timeshare and back for the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, if I go there, I'm going to lounge. It's a beautiful place.
How was Wisconsin?
It was
Skyline
great.
Comedy
Skyline
Club,
Comedy Club. I was there
Appleton.
Saturday, 2 shows. It was great. A lot of folks came out. Just a lot of fun.
Well, they got quite the Nateland lineup there, right? You're there. Greg Warren is there soon, and
Mhm.
Dusty's there pretty soon.
Yeah.
All in September.
So if you're a Nateland fan in Appleton, Wisconsin,
This is your.
this is your month.
All the promo videos were just you guys.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
that's
because
fun.
I'm there in November.
Yeah.
Oh
How
yeah.
about it?
Oh, that's.
I mean,
good.
not
Yeah.
all, but
You
most
gonna
of
do
yeah.
it? You gonna do it soon, Nate?
Appleton.
Yeah.
I did do it. I mean, probably not soon, but I did it before I ran the last hour. So I've been
Oh,
there.
nice.
he'll do it on the way back down.
Huh? Yeah. When it all comes crashing down, that's when I'm gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be lucky if they say yes. But that was when I went to. That was when I ran the. You know, like going to a club to warm up for.
Right.
I went to Appleton.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great club.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great club.
Friday night, I did my fantasy football draft and 28th year in this league.
Were you gone?
No, I've left Saturday morning,
Yeah.
so I was here for it. And,
You do the draft in person
Mhm.
with these friends?
mhm.
You've been doing it 28 years.
Yep.
Now remind us, I know you've talked about this. Are these college friends, high school friends?
Co-workers. but in my defense, it was my first year there out of college.
Okay. Yeah.
1995, my first year at Channel 5. We
Yeah.
started a fantasy football league, and it's still going.
Wow.
28 years?
Yeah.
I didn't even know fantasy football's been going for 20
I mean, it's got to be one of the oldest leagues.
Wow.
It's still going, continuous.
But
28 years?
didn't. Yeah, and you were almost kicked out of it
hmm
because when you left Channel
Mhm.
5.
Yep.
But they let you.
I share a team. Me and my buddy, we co-own a team together.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so it's legal.
Are
Yeah.
you still the only one that doesn't work there?
Yeah.
You think that's uncomfortable?
You think they talk about it a lot
Yeah.
at work?
Last year, they offered me to get back in, and I have fun with because we're all busy. So me and my buddy would do it. and
Right.
It's fun.
How many times have you won this league?
I don't want to talk about it. It's not as many as I should for 28 years.
But
Have you ever won it?
I'm like the Jets. I've won one
Okay.
in our history.
Yeah.
Got to the championship a couple times.
There you go.
I choked. But,
Yeah. It
it's still fun.
man.
Y'all do it online?
Yeah, we've talked about that before. When we started, it was literally,
Chalkboard.
but we still have very old school basic rules because when we started, we had to go to the newspaper and look up the scores. So we basically just do touchdowns. We keep it simple.
Okay.
So we do some yardage stuff like that, but our scores are much lower than say what the average fantasy
It's
football.
not a
scores.
PPR league or anything
No,
like that.
no,
Yeah.
no. We played one year.
Fantasy football
Zany's
has
league.
We
always
did,
seemed
yeah.
like too much work.
It is a lot.
Seems like it's like you're like really like managing a team.
Oh yeah.
And
I
I'm like,
stopped doing it.
yeah, I'm like, I just like to watch a game here and there. I like to listen to them.
Yeah,
talk
I
about
wanted to
football.
do it. It's fun, and I had one of those leagues. It was an old league we started in like 2003 when I started comedy, and so I kind of liked that because it was just like we got started. Like I could see that,
Mhm.
like where it's like it's a good core group that you want to still stay with,
Mhm.
but now once you get out of it, you're like I can't. Last time I did one, my buddy Adam. I did with him. It's a lot of people from DCA, my high school, and but I felt like I had Le'Veon Bell, and I was getting more trade requests than I think he probably got. I had like a guy calling me, texting me all day
That you didn't know.
that I didn't know,
Yeah.
Trying to trade
texting
with
me,
you?
just going like, "Hey, what's going on with that Le'Veon Bell? You think you want to move him? You think?" And you're like, "I don't want to do this."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so now I will sit on him.
I
And
picked a good guy, and
he didn't. He sit out that whole year.
You're doing more work than his actual agent.
Yeah, I should have. Honestly, I should have probably traded him, but I was so like, I can't talk about this guy. This is insane.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you trade him, and then he's going to be like, "Oh, this guy will trade," and then he's going to call you about everybody trying to trade.
Did they
for
have a
everybody.
text thread? Because I was with Adam the other day, and he was showing it to me. I mean, it's thousands of text of just but that's the fun part. But it's just that's the part that where you go like, I got to get out of here, dude. Like I can't. There's so many
Yeah,
texts.
you're like, I have a family.
I have a yeah. Like I have a family. I really was more involved with Le'Veon Bell than maybe Le'Veon Bell was.
Yeah,
I was getting action all day. Just someone what are you doing? Middle of the night, early morning. Hey, just hope you have a good day. Let me know what you think about Le'Veon Bell today. I'll be thinking about you. Like just put it in my mind.
It's
Like
Thanksgiving.
yeah, it's like before you go out to work. Hey, have a great day. Yeah, we can talk about Le'Veon Bell at some point, but let you know I'll be around.
So with fantasy, like Le'Veon Bell physically was not playing.
Mm-hmm. He's set out.
So he's no good to you necessarily.
No good at all.
But this guy wants him because he thinks he may come back.
Because he may come back. And honestly, it would have been better for me to trade him because that guy had the other running back for the Steelers.
Mm.
So the backup running back who had a great year
James
that
Conner.
year, James Conner. So it was better. You want to have like that system.
Mhm.
I never did that. That's a smart system to do though, because then if one of them goes out, you got the other ones playing.
Okay.
So either way, so that's why he wanted Le'Veon Bell, because he could actually sit on Le'Veon Bell and it would make sense. Where I actually needed Le'Veon Bell, but out of principle of getting text too many times,
yeah.
I decided I will let my team fail.
Yeah.
If Le'Veon Bell dies in real life, I'm still keeping him.
I would. If he
Yeah.
you could say retired just to be a little bit nicer,
That's
but
true.
it's
That is
it's
true.
if he retired, I would keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a similar situation going on this year with Jonathan Taylor. He plays for the Colts. He was the
Right.
number one pick in a lot of fantasy drafts last year, and now he's wanting to trade, and he may sit out. So
Mhm.
he could sit out the whole year. Who knows?
I read some of this. So with the donations with Wikipedia,
Oh yeah.
I read somewhere that they have a ton of money, but I don't know if that's true.
Sure. I bet they do. Yeah.
I don't know. You read it just anywhere. Like it's all comes from. It feels like a Dusty just in a corner going, dude, they got how much money they got, and you're like, I mean, do you know? And then it's no one really knows,
It's probably true.
Would you rather them just put ads on these Wikipedia pages instead of asking us?
I'd rather
You're
them
getting
just
used
get
to
rid of it.
ads. Yeah, I'd rather.
You'd rather what?
Just delete it.
I just want to know.
We'll figure it
it
out.
said they had money, so I want
Oh,
to
delete Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said they had
cares?
money, and I want to know. Do they have money? I think they have money.
It's like the reason we use
But maybe they
Wikipedia
don't.
is because we Google something and Wikipedia comes up. And now Wikipedia acts like we need them. It's like, just delete it.
I need them.
I think you'd suffer without them.
We'll
Every
figure
week
it
I
out.
need
It's
them
just
for
easy.
this podcast.
Yeah,
You give
I think
$3.
it's easy to go, but there should be other alternatives. That's the thing. There's no other alternatives.
Yeah.
Why don't you start a Dusty?
I should start one.
a Dustypedia. The little,
It's
you
just
know,
like,
that's
hey,
like
some loose ideas
Yeah,
here.
a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. Someone, a kid in school looks up the moon, and then it's your face going,
A lot of my stuff starts with, listen, I can't prove
Yeah.
this.
Dustypedia.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what they're telling you. Here's what I think.
Yeah.
But they're like 2% of our readers donate. I mean, that has to be millions of people still.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's the thing that's crazy. So if 2% of your, which seems like a lot, 2% of our readers donate. You're like, so you're good. They donate $1, $3. I mean,
Yeah.
there's got to be, how many people use Wikipedia? Hundreds and millions of,
Mhm.
I love how you went hundreds and millions.
No, I said of
Hundreds
millions.
of
Oh,
Of
And,
millions.
and
my apologies.
NPR does the same thing where it's like, I thought you were funded by the government.
Yeah.
And they're always like, we're funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but donate some money.
Viewers
to
like
us.
you.
Yeah, we do need the donations.
They got, they had that with Oprah and The Rock. They said, donate money to Maui.
Mhm.
People just
Oh,
really
yeah.
lit up on them.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that.
They're like, Oprah's a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. Oprah could like rebuild the whole island.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rock and then The Rock's like from there, right? And then you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, y'all just do it. They're like, we gave $5 million. You're like, that's not.
Yeah, his family's Samoan.
Yeah. I mean, look, $5 million is a lot of money, but it's like whatever you're making, you're like, I don't know if that's.
Yeah. If you got $1 billion, you could do a lot
Yeah.
better than that. And she
And
probably
isn't
has
the government
multiple
help?
billion.
Like that's the thing. Does the government not help? Like they're asking people to give money.
Oh, yeah,
and
there's a
it's
lot
like,
of federal funds.
Yeah, there's a lot of federal funds.
Is there
Then you
though?
got The Rock and Oprah. There's a lot of celebrities that live there.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just like, yeah, why don't y'all kind of get together?
Mm,
I think that's why people don't want to donate because you think, well, you're going to donate to something that the government's just going to come in and,
mhm.
like just take over and do, it's people not knowing where the money's going to go.
Right. And we're already given all this
The Rock
money to
already
Wikipedia.
posted a video of him working out already. I saw it
Yeah.
last night. He posted a video of a new shirt that he's selling for their company. It's a shirt they're trying out. Like that's the part that makes you go, I don't care,
Yeah.
And I do care the most for those people.
Sure.
Absolutely the most. But that's the part that makes you, when it's just this guy and I like him. I like Oprah. I don't mind it, but it's like they're just kind of out of a
But
reality.
was it a foundation they were asking people to give to?
Yeah. I mean, who cares? It's all the same thing.
Well,
It doesn't
I bet
matter.
It's not.
I
bet-
guarantee you it is. There's no difference. I don't really understand charity, but whatever the foundation is or whatever everybody's got something and nothing is getting solved, but everybody's got something. So you're giving money to something. Nothing is getting, they never show me a finished product of anything that's with charity. Never goes, we're good. We just solved it. What's the next thing to solve? So there's no ending solution.
Right.
And so when The Rock and them, they do it. I mean, he is already posted a clip of him working out, showing a shirt that they're going to start selling. And, and that's fine. But you're like, you just yesterday told me that we need to give money to Maui. And then
Now we got to buy your
2
shirt.
days later, you're like, we got some good merch coming up with The Rock.
I mean, how
logo.
much better would we like celebrities if they all just came together at a moment like this and they go, hey, we got it. We're
Yeah,
going to
we got
rebuild
it.
Hawaii.
Let's sing a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, The Rock weighs 18 stone. Isn't that fun?
Oh,
Isn't that
18 and a
fun?
half.
Yeah.
The Rock
yeah.
weighs 18 stone.
See, I think it doesn't sound good there for him. I think you'd
But
rather.
I think
be
The Rock,
something-
that's good weight.
Yeah.
Those are good stones.
Those are good stones.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are healthy, muscular
18
stones.
good
How tall
stones.
is he?
I think he's
6'3".
pretty.
What's the difference between a rock and a stone?
Eh,
I think Rock's
hard work.
more raggedy.
What is?
It feels more raggedy. Like a rock feels like, it's just a rock.
Oh, a stone smooth.
But a stone feels like this is valuable.
6'4".
I
Though
said
there's some
6'3".
dispute whether it's 6'4" or 6'5". So we'll get to the bottom of it.
solve that. Do
Yeah.
y'all have anything?
Well, anyway,
Good.
fantasy football draft
Yeah.
went
Oh
great.
yeah, get more into it.
Well, I have a reason
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Here's why. If you don't have friends to play fantasy football with,
They notice fantasy football. They don't even do it online. So, but yeah, let everybody.
Yeah, I want to hear
TMZ,
all right,
Brian.
here's why.
What's going on?
If you don't have friends to play with, maybe you should try DraftKings.
Oh, that was nice.
That was good.
That was.
Well,
I'm sorry, I trashed it.
ruined
No,
now.
That was
No,
good.
that was actually good. You actually did better.
Let me
'cause
ask you
stuck
this.
to it.
Can you
was good.
believe it's been 7 months without an NFL game?
It's hard to believe.
Gosh.
Crazy. We are glad the wait is over. The NFL is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1. This week, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. $5 and you get $200 free. DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. Download now and use code Nateland to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code Nateland only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Got a little bit to read here. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. ccdkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Boom. I wish you
imagine
had one
that?
for every state.
Yeah.
We're going to go through all
Can
50.
you imagine if Nate read that ad?
Well, they go.
That would be the show.
That's a
That'd
lot
be-
at the
yeah,
end.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then, borderline, you could say, I'm going to tell you the states where you can do it.
Yeah.
Said where you can't.
Let's just, yeah, exactly.
You're talking about Ontario, Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ontario, Canada.
Yeah. All right. Do y'all have?
Yeah,
God.
well, I can move through quickly if you want.
No. I think everybody.
We
wants
could get
to.
into his
Everybody's
actually
dying to.
in the topic today.
Oh.
Oh, do you want to wait for me?
Yeah, you want to do that?
Oh.
No, let's wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I had the weekend
He's
off.
never going to let you get into it. He just, that's how he's silent. He goes, you know what? We're going to do yours later on with our family.
Right.
So maybe save that.
Well, I had the weekend off, but last week I went to
Oh.
Maine.
Could you have worked?
I could have worked.
Yeah.
But I took the time off. I went out to McMinnville to the cabin. Had a
Oh,
great
wow.
time. Had a great
Mhm.
time. I took some HelloFresh out there,
Yeah.
Wow.
and which I don't think is a sponsor of this particular episode, but
But they're sponsored the podcast.
yeah, and it was great. McMinnville is a great place, but the food scene is not great. There's a couple of great restaurants, but a lot of times I leave McMinnville being like, I wish I would have ate better.
Yeah. Goodbye, Fresh.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But this week was great. But I went to Maine last week. I got this hat. That's
Portland,
the original
Maine.
flag.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun in Maine.
Pretty
Portland
weak flag.
is a cool town.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Charleston, where I lived for a long time. Charleston, South
Yeah.
Carolina. I thought it was great.
Are
Had
they
a lot
happy
of
with
fun.
that flag up there? It looks
This
It's
like
like
is-
a Christmas tree
this
and a
is
Christmas star.
An old flag. This is the original flag.
okay.
So I don't know what the new one looks
I think
like.
it's American.
Yeah.
This also reminds me a bit of a Charleston flag. They have the palmetto tree with the crescent moon,
Right.
and they both early states, original states.
Back then it was all about
Who
the
was
tree.
first?
I think Charleston was one of the first cities altogether.
Mm.
But
We're looking for first city or state.
let's do
City.
state.
First, Delaware is the first state, right?
All right. Well, all right,
Then-
well,
First city in the country?
I think we're
Yeah.
doing just between the
Was
two.
the Jamestown
Okay.
colony?
Delaware.
All right. Yeah, we got Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Oh man. South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beats
Where
Maine.
does Maine even come in at?
I mean, they stopped listing them.
Yeah, they were just.
Yeah, they just added recently.
23rd.
Oh,
That's
okay.
embarrassing.
When
After
were-
Alabama.
Alabama beat
Alright.
Maine.
When were we?
I think Tennessee.
1796. I believe.
Tennessee it's hard to get across those mountains.
16.
Oh yeah, we're up there. Yeah, we were.
I
they
named the
came to us
year.
quick.
Nobody's impressed.
17. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm
You knew
impressed.
the year? Yeah.
He knows.
You know the
every
county?
zip code in Tennessee. So yeah, I'm.
I know the Old Hickory zip code.
hmm
I can always remember Tennessee because it's 20 years after the country.
You were born.
Still doing that joke?
Yeah. It's a good joke in the 80s, still relevant now.
Good joke in the 1780s and
Yeah.
still a good joke now.
So you enjoyed Maine?
I love Maine. I wish I would have been able to see more of the countryside. Actually, this guy that my mom used to date when I was like 6, 7 years old,
This should be good.
lives in Maine. And him and my mom dated for a little while. They actually rode in a Jeep all the way from Alabama to Maine one time. And he came to the show.
Oh.
Oh,
It was
wow.
great. You know, the guy, they didn't date very long. I don't have any bad things to say about him, but it was pretty cool
Yeah.
to see this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked for a second. Nothing really to say.
There's only so much you can. I was going to
Yeah.
say, how long do you talk to that guy?
Right. I mean, not long. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I remember seeing you a couple of times.
Yeah.
Great to see you again. But yeah, it was fun. You know,
Yeah.
he had brown hair back then. It's gray now. Like, this guy's getting old.
That's a very different, like growing up, like the just to be like, oh, my mom's old boyfriend's coming
Mhm.
tonight. Like it's a mindset that you're like, I wouldn't even know how to
I know.
handle it. Not saying good or bad, but I remember
Oh, yeah.
Jay would have, Big J would always be like, oh, this girl dated my mom. You know, it's like, but you always have a very, if you grow up like that, I feel like you just have a very healthy, you're like, yeah, I met him, he's a good dude. you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
But,
it is
you know.
different than your parent. Like my dad's had 4 wives.
Yeah.
You know, so not counting girlfriends. You know,
It's just what it is. And so
Yeah.
you just like, yeah.
I got like 2 guys out there that were like my brothers for 9 years. And now we're like not related to each other at all. You know, they were my stepbrothers, but we were
Mhm.
like raised together.
Oh,
And now they're just dudes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Still talk to him?
A little bit on Facebook, but
Yeah.
not in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And y'all lived together for 9 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were like brothers.
You
Yeah.
were.
Me and this one
Yeah.
guy, I mean, my stepmom used to dress us alike. We were a year apart.
Uh-huh.
So we would often be dressed alike.
Now, are these the brothers in the Gene Hackman video?
Yeah.
What?
He met Gene Hackman, and
Yeah.
there's a video of.
And they were in there.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was very exciting. I mean, they used to show sheep and cows,
Yeah.
and I'd be there looking at them.
Your brother's proud.
Yeah. Yeah. Excited for them. My
Mhm.
dad's yelling at them. I feel bad
Mm.
because they're like, I'm
that's-
just like, I just want to show the sheep, man.
Yeah.
Don't yell at them about
Because you
it.
feel like because it's on you. That's your blood.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, sorry, you know. You think they would feel that where you kind of you feel like you represent the guy you brought, and then they represent their mom, who they brought.
Yeah.
So if there's any trouble, you're like, sorry about.
Yeah.
Right,
That's my
right.
stepbrothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you work there.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's great. I mean, so I had a good time. I love it. You know, my dad was telling me this. My dad left me with this guy one time, like while he went out on a date, and I swallowed a penny, and it was real bad. I had weird poops and stuff after when I was a little kid. And my dad, and I knew about this story, but my dad went on telling me the other day about this guy he knew that's this degenerate gambler, and he lost everything, and it's how he was going down to the dog track in Opelika or Shorter, Alabama, and he
Mhm.
lost all his money and lost everything. And then after he talked about this guy for a long time, he goes, "That's the guy I left you with one time when I went on a date and you swallowed the penny."
No.
I'm like, geez, that's a good call,
Yeah.
huh? You left me with this guy, his whole life's falling apart. You're like, it seems like a good babysitter.
Yeah.
Maybe his life
Yeah.
was good though at that point.
Maybe.
Maybe the pennies would send him over the edge.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's like, where'd
He
that
needed that
penny go?"
change.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Lucky penny.
He's going to gamble that penny.
He goes, I had everything, but he had everything in front of him, and he goes, he's probably the next day. He's like, I got a big tomorrow. I'm about to start my first day as a lawyer, and he goes, hey, that's awesome. Will you watch my son tonight? He's like, yeah, absolutely. What could go wrong? And then you swallow a penny, and his life goes,
Yeah.
can't handle it.
I hope he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd hate for him to know that I swallowed that penny.
Oh,
Ruined his life.
oh yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
Read some of your guys' comments. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast reviews. Nateland at natebargatze.com. Olivia Branch. This week's episode was exactly what I needed. A couple of weeks ago, I found out I'm pregnant with twins.
All right, congrats.
Congrats. I'm incredibly overjoyed and slightly terrified. Lo and behold, the topic this week was parenting. And what else? Leanne Morgan. She is walking, talking, laughing hug. She is a walking, talking, laughing hug. I was like, shouldn't there be an A in there? And it's just I moved on.
Yeah.
There is an A. This episode was so perfect. It made me feel so good. I definitely shed a few tears at baby daddy Bates getting mushy about his own sweet girl.
All
Thank
right.
Oh, were you crying last week?
He cried a lot.
Yeah,
I cry a lot.
it was mainly.
I was scooting over to where you were by the end of it.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Aaron and Leanne switched seats. I can't do it.
Leanne said on the podcast I should have my testosterone checked.
Wow.
She did.
Wow.
Oh, it's.
Faith
gotta
said, I've
be.
been crying a lot. Yeah, it's like, have you had your testosterone looked at?
Yeah.
And Leanne only says nice things.
I know.
But
Well,
it-
that is
It
nice.
came from a place of compassion.
Oh, okay.
which
We've had that
made it
conversation
funnier.
before on the road numerous
Yeah.
times.
Have you ever got it tested?
Yeah.
What is it? Low?
Yeah. You asked me that
Oh,
last week.
Oh yeah.
I have none.
I forgot. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. You had to say it again. Dad.
Yes.
Say it into the mic a little more, Brian. Yeah.
To hundreds of thousands of people, you gotta. I have low testosterone,
I have low T.
and but you're riding it out. And I commend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time for tea these days.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if anybody could handle you with tea like that.
Brian,
If Brian
shows up
comes in.
with high tea one day.
Oh,
I would like to see you get on that just to see what it would do.
I did do it for a while.
you did?
Yeah.
What did it do?
I was jacked up.
Yeah.
You're like Dusty on a half a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Became a real rageaholic.
Yeah.
Start
And
sewing harder.
that's funny.
You're like sewing with rope.
Yeah.
Starts crocheting.
Yeah.
With
Crocheting with violence.
With a Rambo. You got
Yeah.
a Rambo knife using it. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, that's not. I think that makes it worse. No.
Good times.
That
Yeah.
should be. We should see. I want to see Brian Bates on T.
Me too.
Just, I mean,
Let's make it happen. Let's get a GoFundMe.
let's get a GoFundMe. Everybody,
Oprah's going to donate
money.
$5 million. We'll get
Donate money.
it. Mm-hmm.
Do
I gave
testosterone,
$100,
testosterone shots on the podcast
There you go.
live.
and you'd be
Right.
Well, mine was a cream. Was it the shot?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
We'll
do
have
the
to put that on
shot,
the
and then you
Patreon.
just know to do it every Monday.
Right.
I think
That's
that
how
would
you-
kill me.
That's how you know you have low testosterone. They're like, "Do you want the cream or a shot?" You're like, "I'll take the cream." They're like, "All right, you have low T."
Yeah.
It's a
That-
test.
Yeah.
That will give you 2 shots.
Yeah.
If you chose
It's a trick question.
I think you could figure out the squirrel problem if you had T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd have the energy to solve it.
Uh-huh.
That's a good
Versus
point.
now, you just take it.
Yeah. That's a good point. You guys are making some valid points here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't argue with anything y'all are saying.
You know what? Let Ruth feel what it feels like to be married to a man for a second.
That's a little far.
Come on, dude.
I didn't think that was far.
On Labor Day, Nate,
Yeah.
of all
That's
days.
it's their day. It's the woman's day. I mean,
Low T took
no,
a turn.
that was mean.
It's
I
okay.
didn't. It didn't. I didn't think it was gonna be mean when I was saying it.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing about a podcast. Otherwise, you're just joking around.
Mhm.
But when you're on a podcast, you're like, "Oh, the joke that I wish that I did not make is now recorded."
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Well, if you're just hanging out, you're like,
well, I
You
could
move
take
on.
it out.
you move on. Yeah.
Could
Yeah,
take it out.
nah.
Nah, it's too late.
Dead
I mean, they like the joke.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go back and crank that volume up.
Yeah.
Actually, on that, I'd like to hear that again.
Luke Tharp. I like that last name.
That's good.
Luke Tharp. That's a whole good name together. Luke Tharp.
Tharp.
Luke Tharp
LT.
and Olivia Branch. I think Olivia
Oh.
Branch is a good name too.
And Luke Tharp.
Yeah. It's like 2
Yeah.
good names.
That's like cousins.
Yeah.
You know. Listening to Breakfast and Leanne talk sounds like overhearing the older couple at Waffle House that bring their own cups.
Well, we're on a trend here now.
Yeah.
But Leanne and I have stopped at many a Waffle House on the road. Don't bring our own cups, but we've had, like I said, some hormone conversations.
Is that a type of person that brings their own cups to a Waffle House? I've never heard of
well,
that.
not just a Waffle House, but I think some people just bring their own cups to.
Yeah, my dad would meet with people at a coffee shop, and the one lady that would come wouldn't like to drink coffee out of a paper cup, so she would bring her own coffee cup
Mm.
to drink. And my dad's on to decaf now, so if he goes to a place and they don't have regular, he'll bring his own mug and pour his decaf.
That's smart.
Oh, yeah.
so he can drink decaf.
Yeah.
So there are people out there bringing their own mugs.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Waffle House has a ceramic mug. So,
Yeah, they got their.
yeah.
They're
so
doing great with mugs.
if you're bringing your own cup to the Waffle House, you're too picky for Waffle House.
Exactly.
You're in the wrong place.
And that's like the best mug because they're like, this is our thing.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Luke, you sound stupid now.
Luke
Yeah,
Tharp.
took a shot of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Beat
getting
it,
fired
Tharp.
up.
Put a
Yeah.
little, put a little cream
Yeah.
on.
Beat it.
He
Tharp.
got he's got no shirt on now. But it looks like that sunscreen where you can see it, and you're like, I think you're supposed to rub that cream all the way in. And he just got it under his eyes. It's all tea. It's just all tea. He walks out the door every day with tea. Beat it, Tharp. You're like, oh, yeah, well, Brian. Aaron Platzer. I'm a father of 2 young daughters, so I thoroughly enjoyed your parenting episode. Trying to be a good father, I've been working on getting my 3-year-old daughter to get into the Nateland spirit. I'm proud to say that I've succeeded. Now when I say hello, folks, my daughter will respond with a proud, hey, bear. Thank you, Nate, Ballywick, Dusty, and Aaron for the hilarious podcast. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All
Thank you,
right.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, do you want to say? I don't know when you want to say this, but I just saw this morning. Speaking of hello, folks, your dry bar. Do you want to talk about that at some point?
Is it out?
It says it's coming out September 14th.
I did not know that.
I saw it on social
Oh.
media. It's called Hello, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw September 14th as a release date.
I had no
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Really? Well, maybe let's look it up later. I guess. I thought you were going to talk
All
about
right.
it. I'm
well,
sorry.
Congrats.
No. All
Breaking
right.
news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
September
breaking news.
14th.
Well,
September
You get a
14th.
little tea in you, these things start happening.
Yeah.
That's what-
I got on the horn and it's like,
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah. What are you
That's
hanging
soon.
on to it for?
September 14th soon.
Yeah. Thank you,
yeah,
Aaron.
I'll look it up. But I'm 99% sure I saw that on
Where
Facebook
did you see that?
today.
On Facebook.
Another comic who has one coming out posted the upcoming lineup, and yours was on there.
I'd love to
Ooh.
see it. Oh.
Yeah. There's a
That's
lot of
next
good.
week.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be doing press for it. You're like, guys, give me time.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, coming soon, September 14th. Brian Bates, hello, folks.
Hey,
All
look
right.
at that.
51 years old and freshly a father, Brian Bates tells the story of his late-in-life baby supporting poorly named sports teams and the challenge of canceling a newspaper.
There we
There it is.
go.
There's
I've seen none of
There's a
that.
trailer and everything.
Oh my gosh.
man.
Yeah. Well, let's watch the trailer.
I look like
didn't
I'm in
mean-
pain.
I didn't mean to break the news.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Let's
trailer.
watch that trailer.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer.
Oh,
Here we
boy.
go.
This is going to be so awkward.
Looks-
More appreciative we get married later in life, I'll tell you that. I know I am. I'm much more appreciative. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there watching TV and I'll just turn and look at her. Out there cutting the grass.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'll say, thank you, Lord, for putting her in my life.
Yeah. That's a good joke.
Sometimes I'll pause the game and take her some water. So thank you.
That's a
There
great
you go.
job.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a
That's
good
awesome,
trailer.
man. Sorry, I thought you knew all this.
I knew
wouldn't
none
have-
of this.
I wouldn't have brought it on you like that. That's
Well, I
exciting,
like
though.
it. Yeah.
All right.
September 14th.
Hot Jimmy Buffett joke you had this week too.
Yeah.
You taking any heat for that?
I have
online?
taken some heat for it.
Yeah, too soon. You got a lot of too soons.
I got a lot of too soons, and I wish I'd have kept more of the joke in there because at the end I say some of y'all probably don't like this, but come Monday, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Which is
that's
another Jimmy
fun.
Buffett
Yeah.
reference,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's got a little traction for me.
That
What was
rules,
the
man.
joke?
So Jimmy Buffett died Saturday,
Yeah.
and I just said there's already people speculating on this cause of death, and some people say there's a woman to blame. That's from Margaritaville.
Yeah.
That's the joke. And then I'm saying, but I think we know it's nobody's fault.
Mm.
You got to know the song to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
it. So,
No, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I get the joke.
all
That's
right.
funny.
We were on a roll for a while.
Yeah.
now I'm back to no tea.
No, that was good.
No, that was good. This is
yeah,
awesome, man.
It's awesome.
So
Hello,
keep an eye out
folks.
for this, everybody. Hop on there.
September 14th, Dry Bar. Ooh. Look at
Yeah.
this.
I love the
Breaking
name
news.
too.
We got a
Hello,
little-
folks. Is
How to do the breaking news?
drum roll.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that it?
Something
like
Sound like dueling banjos.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum.
Yeah.
There
you go.
ESPN's breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if that's how they find out if you're an American in the woods. You You do the ESPN breaking.
Ba-na-na,
Ba-na-na, ba-na. They just do that. They go ba-na-na, and then they get quiet, and someone goes ba-na-na.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, "We got him. We got him." There's a lot of good. Shane Gillis special comes out tomorrow.
Mhm.
Netflix. These are going now a little vice opposite of Bates, not clean.
Mhm.
So the other way. Shane Gillis has one on Netflix coming out September 5th. It's going to be unreal. And then my still for great friends, Luis Gomez, he has a half hour out. Dave Smith, they're doing with all their their world.
Kurt Metzger just
Kurt
had a
Metzger
half
just
hour
did
coming out.
one.
Joe
and they're,
List recently.
yeah, Gas Digital. Joe List just put out a special. There's a lot of comics that put out. Joe List just put an hour on YouTube. You can go watch that.
Mhm.
And then Lewis and them as I always say, there's gonna be if you're going, they're not gonna be like Brian's the clean side of it, but these are all my good friends.
My
that are
friend
very
Evan Burke put out a special too. It's
Oh,
very funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
There
Very
you go.
funny.
Evan's
Yeah.
funny guy, Nashville comic.
Yeah,
Went to #1 on iTunes.
yeah, he did good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There we go. A lot of specials. That's fun. And we'll be September 14th. Is that next week?
I think so, isn't it?
It's like
It'll
next Monday or
So this comes out on the 6th, so it'll be
next
yeah.
Wednesday. It'll be. Is it the 14th?
Let's look at the
It's
calendar.
next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Oh,
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because we've already recorded next week's episode. So
yeah.
you haven't seen this,
You
we-
wouldn't have been able to plug it.
yeah, we wouldn't even have known to plug it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Thursday night, next Thursday night. How about it?
Oh, wait. What is today? Go back to that
Today's the 6th.
calendar. Yeah. Today's the 6th.
Yeah.
So okay. So next Thursday night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did it say it comes out at night?
No, it doesn't say any details. It
Oh, you just
says
said next
September
Thursday night.
14th.
And I thought, oh, maybe it's released. At
Would you
7 p.m.
rather come out at 7:30 a.m.?
I don't know. I'm just wondering when
Yeah.
you said next Thursday night. I
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
is there a certain time it's
Yeah.
released?
I hate that they don't put Dry Bar on YouTube now. I mean, that's how I always watched it.
I'm gonna bring up the negatives.
It's all right.
uh,
I don't think I knew that.
yeah.
So they don't put it on YouTube.
Yeah, look, I
They have their own
mean,
streaming
it's
network
such-
now.
He goes, I tell you what, I think it's hard. People can't find that stuff anymore. Anyway, September 14th. Go to www.drybar/brianbates.net.com. You can watch it. It'll be on maybe morning, maybe at night.
It'll be up there.
It'll be up. We will be posting it. I'll
Yeah.
have it posted. You will all be able to find it.
This one's clean, but my next one, now that I got some tea in me,
It's gonna be
gonna
out
be
of control.
nobody
out of
knows. It could be
You
control.
do your
wild.
next half hour gas digital.
A lot of beeps. A lot of beeps.
Yeah.
Scott Crawford. Aaron, I'm glad to hear you have a second cat.
Mm.
2 cats are always better than 1. They will learn off each other and you'll have more balanced cats. Best to keep them inside if you want them to live long and healthy. Cats are graceful, clean, neat, and small.
Speaking of
Oh.
low T,
Dang,
boom.
you've been ready to say that for a
Yeah.
while, haven't you?
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once you get a dog like a
It's
real
perfect.
man.
We do. Your sister found it. I don't even know if we talked. Your sister.
Yeah.
Found a
Didn't we
cat.
talk about it?
Gave-
on
Last
here?
week.
Yeah. It's hard to remember when you're a cat person. Every day's the same day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They wake up,
Yeah.
they're just all
Yeah,
they're
they're there.
They're there. Matt Epsey, a little disappointed in breakfast not knowing this. The cereal town in Iowa Leanne was talking about would be Cedar Rapids. That is correct. Home of Quaker Oats. Cedar Rapids is the city of 5 seasons, but locally known as the city of 5 smells.
Mm.
It is Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Yep.
City
I've
of
been
5
there.
smells.
Why are they 5 seasons? What's a 5th season?
That's a good question.
I
I
don't
don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
extra cold.
City of 5 seasons. The name 5 Seasons was adopted by the Cedar Rapids Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Blah blah blah. It's a symbol of the 5 seasons that appears through. What?
Well,
Not a lot
what's
of
the-
explanation.
Yeah, we're looking for that 5th season.
It's for the extra time to enjoy the other 4 seasons. Whatever that means.
Yeah. So there.
5 smells is better.
It's the tree of
the extra
no
time.
real good explanation.
Well, what's the extra time? we
The
got?
so-called 5th season.
Hmm.
I don't know what that means.
Which is time to enjoy the other 4.
Yeah.
So you have to block off. their motto is the fifth season is the time to enjoy life, to enjoy the other 4 seasons.
They're like, listen, there ain't a lot going on here.
But the fifth season is you got to use it. You got to get a lot done in that fifth season because you got to enjoy 4 seasons in it.
I think it's year round. That fifth season's year round, then, right?
The City of 5 Seasons was based on a Bible verse from Ecclesiastes. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Old Testament Dusty.
There you go.
Yeah, but I mean,
so now we come back around to it. Now we like it.
I like them using it, but I still don't get it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
There you go.
They're doing it for the right reason.
The City of 5 smells. If you could only smell 5 things, what would it be? Let's talk about that. Like the 5-finger thing that we did.
Yeah.
5 smells. That's an interesting question.
I was about to wonder, is it 5 specific cereals that you can tell? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're just saying their city smells.
You know, it'd be your smells. Laura, Harper, your family.
Oh, jeez.
You're talking about food.
Or any smells. I mean, like I'd have freshly cut grass as one of mine.
That's a good smell.
I would have new car smell.
Yeah, I was supposed to say
new car smell.
What about a cookout?
It's a bit overrated.
Yeah, baby smells.
Yeah, the Sunday morning coming down.
You gotta have a baby to smell.
Sunday
baby
smell
of very.
It's a good
a cat smell.
Yeah.
Okay. I would not take it. Had nothing to do with
fried
cats.
chicken, like fried chicken's bacon.
Yeah, cooking, smelling somebody frying chicken.
Yeah,
a bacon,
little apple pie right out of the oven.
I think you get tired of it.
Yeah,
I don't think you would get tired of bacon.
It would be.
I already don't like it.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, every day, just
right.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
I love a cinnamon roll.
I'm not tired of it yet.
I'd also say water. And you'd be like, well, that doesn't have any smell. And I'd go, exactly.
But if you're near the water, you can smell. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the ocean water. You pick stuff that has no smells. And then be like, and I'll just smell everything else. Flowers. Yeah. Paul M.E. Mueller. There's a lot of truth in gender and birth order differences. As a teacher, consistently the best students to have in class are the oldest girls from big families. They are smart, organized, and independent thinkers, but they have a caring empathy for others.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a statement that someone with 2 middle initials would say.
That sounds like a teacher's name.
Right. It feels like a very educated.
Mm-hmm. What would you do that? What is it, like Paul, Michael, Eric, Mueller?
Mm-hmm. Well, we get a lot of Paul Muellers that write in. So he's trying to differentiate.
Yeah. There's a lot of Paul M. Muellers that write in.
Right. You got to add the E.
Is there?
No.
You and Dusty are both
the way you said it, though, I was like, oh, okay.
I feel like we've read Paul.
We have.
It's called Comedy
Paul's
Guys. Get with it.
Paul's a longtime fan of longtime listener.
It's a good name, though. It feels like the ME feels like he's, it's some sort of education, even though it's in the middle and not at the end.
If it were MD Mueller, that'd be like, oh, this guy's a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're like, why is your doctor in the middle of your name?
Yeah.
Paul PhD Mueller.
Yeah. And you go, what is it? He goes, Paul Hampton Dustin.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's more of a nickname.
All right. So it's like your middle. Yeah. PhD. My name's Paul Hampton Dustin Mueller.
Paul Medical Examiner.
You can call me PhD Mueller. The Mule Dog.
LLC.
Jesse Maupin. I sympathize with Breakfast on crying at movies since becoming a parent. The morning my daughter was born, I had to go home and shower. I sat down and watched I Am Sam, starring Sean Penn. Holy crap, I bawled my eyes out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, that's a crying movie anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure your wife appreciates you going home, take a quick shower, then sitting down for a 2-hour movie.
She's like, where you been? Like, well, you understand.
I had to watch I Am Sam.
I cried the day my daughter was born. I didn't cry over a 2-hour movie.
We got Ryan Malone, or my buddy Ryan. He just brought up when Harper was born because we were at the hospital, and it was I think maybe the day after he was born, and I called. And I just said, hey, you want to go see the Vandy uniform reveal? And he thought I was calling, like, being like, hey, come up to the hospital. Like, it was a thing. Yeah. And he just brought it up. And because we were downtown and they were having the uniform reveal at the bookstore. So
we all went.
We all went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, let's just go. And like, I mean, I have a brand new daughter. I was like, she's all right up in the
Yeah, it timed
should
out
be okay.
perfect.
Yeah, it really worked out. You're like, what can I do?
I'm in
You
the
know?
area.
I'm in the area.
Yeah.
Laura doesn't care about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go see it. Rick Sanford, the third. When Aaron puts his hand around his eyes, similar to holding binoculars, he was doing a good thing to improve vision. Our eyes naturally adjust to the light levels in the environment. And if you put your hands around your eyes in such a manner, your pupils will open a little more to adjust, thus widen your field of view and making whatever you're looking at a bit clearer.
Oh.
I knew
Well,
that.
thank you, Rick.
Yeah.
Actually, I have no idea what I was doing in that moment.
I think you have to go like a real kind of.
Like a small one.
I think I was like rubbing my face a little bit, and then
Yeah,
it
it
looked like I
works.
was, well, I wasn't even doing that.
It does work. It's got to be real small. Like just doing that's the same. You got to go real small with it.
Get a little darkness around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Rick.
All right.
Rick Sanford, that was a politician, wasn't it? Rick Sanford? No,
Never.
Santora.
Rick Santorum.
Yeah. Paul Lee G. Paul Lee G. I've always heard that a lot of comedians don't perform with their real voice, including comedians like Ralphie May, Tom Rhodes, Chris Rock, Kathleen Madigan, and even Chappelle. Is Leanne's voice her real voice? It almost sounds like a caricature of a Southern accent.
She's actually much more Southern.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her real voice. And
She's toning it back. Just to
Yeah.
get-
as far as I know, Kathleen Madigan, that's her real voice.
Yeah.
It's everyone's real voice.
That's
Tom
all.
Rhodes, Ralphie May. all their
Everyone
real
named
voices.
there. That's all just how
I don't
they
know
talk.
Chris Rock, and I don't know Dave Chappelle, but Ralphie May, Tom Rhodes, Kathleen Madigan, they all talk like that.
I would say it's not your voice on stage, maybe because you're doing a show. It's just the rhythms are going to be different, and that's what's going to make it seem like it's different. I mean, there's definitely comics that they have a voice on stage and then a voice like they just sound. They could definitely sound different, but overall, it's the same. It's the same. Like you would recognize who the person is. It's not that different.
Yeah, I mean, I would say my thing is different, like doing the podcast than doing comedy. But it's just, it is that rhythm.
It's
You're,
a rhythm.
getting
It's a
into it.
show.
Yeah.
It's a little more. You're not. I mean, Larry the Cable Guy. Like, talk to him. It's the same.
It is the same.
It's the same thing, but it's when he's doing his act. It's maybe a little. It's just so much more of it. Maybe it's a little more into
You
it.
turn it
or
on
you
a
turn
little
it on
more.
a little
Accentuate words a
Yeah,
little differently.
bit. Jackson B. Has Bus Route ever heard of pack and play, stroller, or car seat? Strap that baby in, man. That poor child will be scarred for life.
Yeah, he's referencing when I said last week, Dusty, I said that sometimes I have to, if I'm watching my daughter alone, I'll have to take her to the bathroom with me if I got to go and put her in there to make sure she doesn't hurt herself. And I mean, he's right. A lot of people said that. We do have all those things, but she throws a fit if she's strapped in somewhere. But if she's in the bathroom with me, she doesn't complain. That's my point. I'm like, wow, it seems like this is going to eventually bother you. She just lives it up in there.
Throw her in the tub.
Let's hope it eventually bothers her.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's one of her smells that she's.
Yeah. You won't be on there.
Yeah.
Brian Blinn, how often do you actually have material on something, but then pivot away if you feel that the crowd isn't buying what you are selling?
I can answer this one.
I'm not buying what you're selling.
So this weekend, I did 2 shows Saturday night. The first show, I did that Jimmy Buffett joke, and it went pretty well, if I do say so myself. Show 2, a little bit smaller crowd. And I said, did you guys hear Jimmy Buffett died today? And they're like, what? No. So I broke the news to them.
Yeah.
And then as the more I got into it, they don't even know who Jimmy Buffett is. It was a young crowd.
I thought they were talking about Warren Buffett.
I don't know who they,
Yeah.
So I pivoted on that joke because it doesn't work so well when you don't even really know who Jimmy Buffett is.
Yeah, you're like, some people claim there's a woman to blame. They're like, what? It was murder?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's nobody's fault. They're like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? You had a stroke?
He went to my dad's high school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
McGill Tulin Catholic High School, Mobile, Alabama.
Not to get your dad younger.
Yeah, my dad was
much younger.
born 2 years before he graduated high school. So
Your dad.
That was a weird way of putting it. Yeah, he's
No, your dad.
16 years older than my dad.
Yeah. That's how old was he?
He's 76.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how old he was.
I don't
Your dad's
think
probably
people.
Like, why would you? I'm like, do they go together? And like, he's,
Like, did you listen to a lot of Jimmy Buffett? I don't feel like people younger than me necessarily really know a lot about Jimmy Buffett.
I'll be honest.
I
I've
confirm that.
heard. I really only knew the two Cheeseburger in Paradise and Margaritaville.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of all I knew.
It's weird that he's so famous, but he's really, I mean, it's like, he's got a lot of songs I like, but like not transcending time here.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't know Come Monday?
It's the lifestyle.
He
now.
went to Paris. He Went to Paris is a great song.
5
Never
o'clock
heard
somewhere?
I know that one, but he was featured on that song. It's not his song.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. That's what I associate with him. It's less even about him. It's
Right.
about that type of
Parrot heads.
parrot heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Island escapism.
Is that what every song's about?
Pirate Looks at 40.
Or is
A
that
lot
kind
of
of
them.
vibe? Yeah.
Especially as he
Fun.
got older. His earlier
Yeah.
stuff was more country,
Yeah.
I would say.
Folksy.
Folksy.
Yeah. Hannah Joy Friedlandlund.
Goodness.
Friedlandlund. Hannah Joy Friedlandlund. I actually spent my gap year in Opelika, Alabama. Wow.
What's a gap year?
It's,
Like in college or between high school and college, sometimes people will spend a year exploring,
Oh, yeah.
usually backpacking in Europe, but she took a different route.
All right. Well,
I
like-
had a grandma there and figured it was more exciting to work some jobs and live there for a year instead of Ohio. I worked at a coffee house called the Overall Company.
I did go there.
Yeah, sorry. I wonder if Dusty ever went.
I did go there. I think it's closed now. But I went there. It was at I don't know any of the streets, but it's right outside of downtown.
Mhm.
It was pretty cool. I liked it. I mean, that was built long after I left. But I went there probably 2015, 14, 15. And then I did a show at the the Coke company plant.
Bottling
Oh,
plant.
yeah, I've done that place.
Yeah, went there. And it was great. Had some coffee over there. The weird thing about Opelika coffee shops is like they're weirdly like really snobby kind. It's like like there's one coffee place downtown where they're like name your own price for coffee, and I'm like, all right,
gosh.
guys, like just charge an amount.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's this weird kind of thing. Like I felt like the overall company was like that too, where it's like I just feel like be a coffee shop, but just be cool. You know what I mean? Just
What would people do? What's the average when they name your own price? $1?
I mean,
I'm
I feel like
guessing
you go
$5.
$5.
$5, I'm guessing, is the average. You don't
I
feel
bet
like
it's not
trash.
the 5.
I bet
I would be willing to bet it's not 5. I think that's high.
It depends
How
on
much
where
is
it
a cup
is
of
in
coffee?
town. $3.79, I'd say on average.
There's a restaurant I go to in McMinnville, and if you get takeout, they charge you 10% for takeout. And I'm like, what?
Ugh.
And I was like, what's this? I asked somebody, I was like, what is this? And they go, oh, it's for the staff. Like it's like a tip. And I'm like, well, you should say that you do. It's a gratuity.
Yeah, or let me tip.
Yeah, because it's like, it feels like you're just charging me extra. And now if I don't tip on top of that, I look cheap.
Mhm.
And it really is keeping me from ordering from the place.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're charging me an extra 10%
Those
just
to-go
because I
boxes
didn't
are-
want to eat this food here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if you charge for the box, that's one thing. But if I eat there and then go, let me get a box, you don't charge me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you
I
should go order when they bring you the food. Go, could you box it up
Yeah, I should do that.
I'm gonna
next
get
time.
out of here.
yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah,
and do it to avoid the 10%?
yeah. But it's just like, I don't know. I just think that's weird. It's like it's keeping me from wanting to go there.
Yeah. Well, they should just be gratuity. I wish we would become a world where gratuity is included, especially over here. Like, and just it's kind of taken out of everybody's.
You like
hands.
that in Australia?
Yeah, it's just. I mean, you're so ingrained in it that it's hard not to tip. But I wish we would just be like, here's the price, and this is what I'm paying for, and you charge the price. I think everybody could move on with their lives.
I'm getting there too because it's like everywhere you go is like a tip. Everybody wants a tip, and I'm like, why don't you just tell me what it cost?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you go to a coffee shop and it's like if you just get a black coffee and they want a tip, I'm like, you did nothing here. Like if you're making me some cappuccino and you got a little design, you made the foam, you made a little heart in there, and all right, maybe you get a little tip. But I mean, I just got a black coffee and a cinnamon roll here. You know what I
It's
mean?
just because they all use iPads now, and we all play with cards, so they just flip it around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we paid with cash, that wouldn't be a thing. At least places like coffee shops.
Yeah.
That's gonna be, but that's like the it's because these people don't pay them enough. Like it's like the businesses are like, well, you just make all your money from I can pay you $3 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and you just make it all in tips instead of paying them.
But now the people, like that's for servers, but now the people that are making an hourly wage are still getting tips too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Well,
On Labor Day, we're hashing this out.
Yeah. Happy Labor Day.
football season is here, and we all have busy schedules. So if we want to go to a game, sometimes we'll get in town just in time for kickoff.
That's true.
So day of the event at least. So that's why we don't get stressed because we use Game Time, the Game Time app. It's great prices on last minute tickets and flash deals. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, theater, and of course, comedy near you. We like the Game Time app because they make it so easy to see the seat view right there in the app. It's very quick and simple to use. They're the only ticket sales app that I know of that offers lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. That's nice. And job loss protection. Here on Labor Day. How about that?
Yeah.
The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference.
Wow.
How about that? Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account and use code NATE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code NATE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
There you go.
How about
What do you think is the most event where that job loss comes into play? Most artists or the event where the whoever the crowd that would go experiences the most job loss?
Comedy.
Like
Yeah.
they miss the job because they have to go to the concert?
No, because it's saying if you lose your job, you could get your money back. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, I just lost my job, so can I have my money back?
Mhm.
Oh,
So I'm saying, what would it be? Like people going to Elton John, you don't think are going to be
Right.
losing their job and going.
I would say
But-
Nickelback.
Well, you're getting very specific. I thought you just
Yeah.
meant a genre.
No, I kind of meant that.
Oh,
yeah.
Like you're a Nickelback fan, you're the one losing your job and needing.
Yeah.
Because as much as Nickelback gets made fun of, I see people that and I don't hate Nickelback.
I like
but-
Nickelback.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like it feels like it's a band that people are like, I lost my job, can't go. Maybe 3 doors down.
Mhm. Yeah. What?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I guess it would be
Three
like.
doors down is perfect. Maybe like I was in an Uber the other day,
Aaron Lewis.
and this guy was like taking me home in Nashville. He goes, "I'm just down for a couple of days, man. I drove up to see Hinder. Remember that band?
No.
You don't remember "Lips from an Angel"? That song. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was relevant to what we were saying.
There's like a
Uh,
heavy metal band, the 5 Finger something, Death Punch, that people listen
Like
to.
it'd
It's like,
be-
they're all losing their job.
It would be funny, yeah, to like you combat that like job loss. You're like, yeah, I can't. Don't put that in there, man. You're a guy that's really worried about I'm not really saying you. I'm saying
Yeah,
them.
if you're
like if you're an artist that's like I don't like that. If something happens,
Mhm.
no one's gonna be like, well, we can't give that up.
yeah,
You're the first thing they're gonna
Johnny Paycheck. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Take this job and shove it. I
Yeah.
bet he's got a lot of unemployed people.
Oh,
It's-
that's true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That is true.
that's the unemployed man's anthem.
Oh, you're saying like I'd be the first one if they lost their job. They ain't going to come see me because
Yeah, I'm not saying you. I was saying in general. It's
people like
that-
me.
Yeah, but yeah, because it's like you'd use the job loss to go, and then I guess who's the audience that's going to lose their job?
Limp
that.
Bizkit crowd.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would think they're we lost our job kind of at the
yeah. Like early
headshot.
on, Limp Bizkit crowd would be if they lost their job, they'd still go. They'd lose your job. They'd quit their job to go.
like
Oh,
they
sure.
lost their job because hemp necklaces went out of stock.
Yeah, but the ones that are still going now, they're in their 40s. You're like,
Yeah,
they're probably going to lose their job. You know,
sure.
I don't know.
laid
I don't know what I'm
off.
saying. Yeah.
I'm into this game though.
Yeah.
I just think of the fan base that's most likely to lose their job.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking. This
It
game
can't be
is.
a serious. Yeah, you can't really have a serious job. It's got to be
What comedian?
truck rallies.
Doug Stanhope?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Somebody that
It's-
rebels,
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's got to be. Their audience has to be kind of rebellious.
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 yeah. Like
Yeah.
Leanne, probably.
Leanne's
Yeah.
crowd.
I'd say
They're all
Leanne's
retired.
crowd is like they're like not even have jobs. Like not that they're like married and they're like, this is our lady.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're all doing fine. I don't feel like they're a job losing crowd.
Well, this week's topic is football.
All right.
And I was thinking, like, there's so many traditions in football, like the Gatorade bath and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's just changed. What is it for, like, comedy's been pretty much the same since the beginning, stand-up comedy,
Mm-hmm.
as far as traditions or trends or changes. I can't even think of anything, like,
What's even one tradition?
for stand-up.
Yeah. Mics in a stool like that.
But, I mean, that's been since the beginning.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean though?
I guess I was thinking it's not a tradition, but now so many comics do crowd work. That's a new trend. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
there's trends.
and that's social media trends mostly. But
Having a bottle of water, that kind of thing.
maybe
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand the question.
I don't
Yeah.
think I do either.
I don't think I do either. So let's move
I
on.
don't think there is any, there's live performance where people say break a leg or
There you
people
go.
say slay them
Yeah.
or they go crush it.
Yeah.
Are those
Murder tonight.
murder? Yeah. Murder tonight.
Yeah. A lot of the language
Yeah.
is kind of grandfathered in. But stand-up's so new.
Still new. Very new.
It's still so new compared to like football, which has been around for
I'm glad we're not
60 years.
doing Gatorade baths. I'll tell you that. That even annoys me seeing it happen to a coach.
Why?
I'm just like, oh man.
You don't like the camaraderie
I'm
of
just
it?
like, that guy was all dry, and now he's
Yeah.
like, he's all
but
wet now. He's got to give
you-
a conference, and he's all wet.
But you're getting Gatorade bath on the best day of your life. you know?
sometimes, like if it's the Super Bowl, maybe, but like this, like it'll be a conference game, and you're getting the Gatorade. I'm like, oh man,
And now it's water usually.
it's all cold.
No, you can usually do a prop bet on what color the Gatorade
Oh,
bath
it
is
is.
going to
Still
be.
Gatorade.
Yeah, it's usually Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan of it.
I think you feel differently. If you
I
live,
think I'm in the
if
minority
you lived
here,
a life
but
where that kind of thing would happen, you would pray to get a Gatorade bath.
Yeah, if you try to get into a state championship and
Yeah.
then for high school and then you finally make it,
Yeah.
then it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to go to 4 of
Right.
those. Maybe in your career.
Yeah.
Or one, if you're lucky, 4 probably, but you're probably going to go to 1.
maybe it's just overdone.
Have you had a Gatorade bath moment in your stand-up career? I think you've had them.
That's a better question than what I try to throw
yeah,
out.
It's a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I would say I
don't
feel
think
like
there's traditions
my
though,
first-
in improv. Go
my
ahead,
first
Dustin.
Tonight Show would be a Gatorade bath. moment for me.
100%, dude.
But
Mhm.
I'm glad nobody did it.
Yeah, because it'd be
Yeah.
inappropriate.
It's-
You know?
Jimmy Fallon comes.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that would be great. It'd be a great clip.
It'd be
Yeah.
memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, we don't. It's not taking it a little literal.
yeah, this is
but
the
it's-
metaphor of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were outside, like when they're playing football too, like they're already sweaty and you're already showering.
But it's the coach though.
I know, but he's also showering. He's been
Yeah.
out there too. I mean, when it's hot,
Mhm.
you're gonna be sticky. You go in, take a shower, your clothes are gross, and it's like that's what it is. Like that's when they spray champagne on each other after they win a championship. It's because you're celebrating. You're like, you can get I think there's a celebration to go. There's nothing funner than a kid when you can go. You get as dirty or messy as you want.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Dive around in the mud.
Your
all
whole
that,
life
yeah.
is don't get dirty and messy, and then it's
Yes.
like here's a moment. Get as messy as you want.
Well, what about this though? Do you ever see a coach get a Gatorade bath and you think, well, I don't know if that really deserved a Gatorade bath?
Oh, I'm
did
sure
it?
there's plenty.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of games where you're like, all right, that's kind of ridiculous.
Kentucky's
what I think.
Kentucky's coach got one and then they lost.
Yeah. If you
Oh.
get one prematurely, that's
That's
in the
great.
Bluegrass
Yeah, that's a
Miracle
tough one.
game, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
That's a
one.
tough one.
That is a bad one.
I
You're
mean,
wet and you lost.
You're wet,
You're
sticky,
you
and
lost the
you
game.
lost.
You're like, why you so sticky? Oh, they dumped Gatorade on me. Oh, you won. Well, nah, we lost in the end.
We were celebrating on the
If
sideline.
someone said like, "Why do you like sports?" That would be you'd almost show them that clip
Yeah.
Mhm.
to go. This is the unpredictability,
Right.
To go, that can always happen.
In a world where everything's increasingly automated and
Yeah,
AI generated, what's more human than that?
nothing.
Yeah.
When a player runs and drops the football before he crosses the line.
Yeah.
Which
Where
happens
they-
way too often.
Hubris. I mean, you're seeing it all play.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
you're watching it, and you could stop that clip 10 yards before the end, and you can go, "What if I told you he's not going to score?" And you're like, "There's no one around him."
Mhm.
You wouldn't even be able to guess how he wouldn't be able to score.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "He trips," and I'm like, "Doesn't trip." You honestly couldn't guess it. You'd be like, "I don't know." Then how? And then it's just you press play, and you realize, well, why would he do that? You're like, no one knows.
Mhm.
He doesn't know why he did it.
Yeah.
And that's the fun.
Totally.
You know, that's the uncertainty.
And I think college football has a little bit more of that than pro. I mean, that example happens both, but college football has a little bit more of
Well, I
the
mean,
band on the field.
The band on the field is one of the craziest.
Yeah,
moments, man.
that's one too. The band on the field.
The
But
what?
Brady and the Falcons when he came back and beat the Falcons, 28-3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody thought, well, that's done.
Now, you never seen the play, Dusty?
I don't
This
think
is
so.
Cal Stanford, huge rivalry. This is in the Rose Bowl, right?
I think so.
Brian?
Two ACC teams now.
It looks like it's
At the end of the game, Stanford's kicking off to Cal. Stanford thinks they've won the game. This is a crazy lateral play like you've seen where they're running
Throwing
around.
it
They're going
back
to throw
and
it
forth.
behind him. Now, everybody thinks the game's over. Look who's on the field. The Stanford band
Oh,
is on the
gosh.
field. You got to run through. He trucks a player right here. Just
Yeah.
Wow.
the band is on the field.
I love that he
the
hit
band
that.
is on the field.
Trombone player.
Yeah,
I love that he hit that band member though.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, one of the most iconic plays in college football history.
Wow.
1982.
Now, see that I think the losing coach should get a Gatorade back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think. It should be reserved for the losing coach.
But they should do all the band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
not be allowed to shower.
Maybe the band has to walk through a car wash
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. That's
with
fair.
their instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to play and see if
Yeah.
they can keep playing the whole way through.
I agree with that.
Dude, speaking of bands in college football, so this weekend, Lucy got me tickets to Notre Dame's home opener
Yeah.
in South Bend, Indiana, which was exciting because we were playing a school from Nashville, the Tennessee State Tigers.
Did you ride up with them?
I did. Tennessee State is an HBCU, historically black college and university, historically and currently. And we beat them 56-3. It was not a close game, but the Tennessee State University Aristocrat of Bands, their halftime show was like special, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen a halftime show like that at Notre Dame Stadium. I love the Notre Dame band. They're my band. They're the oldest university band in the country, but they're playing a different game,
Yeah.
the Tennessee State band. They came out dancing. It was very funny hearing fans around me comment on it. They're
Yeah.
like, I like how their band's dancing. I heard
Yeah.
a lot of that.
Seems like their game is the band.
It did
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like that. It felt like, I mean, we played like one song and then we were like, we're just going to give you all the floor. And they put on, I mean, it is a real show.
Look
dude.
at the people that stay.
It is a real show.
Yeah.
I've never seen this many people stick around to watch it. They were getting into it, man.
Did they get a big round of applause? Like,
standing O from
Oh,
the
really?
whole stadium, which I've never seen
Yeah.
before. And there's a guy, I've never seen this at a halftime show. There's a guy with a mic kind of narrating it
Yeah.
yeah.
throughout it. And he kept going, South Bend. He kept going, Notre Dame, we love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
They kept saying that kind of stuff. It was just so much fun, dude.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're famous.
You know,
for their
Auburn
bands.
always had a good band, the Spirit of the South, they called them. And that was fun. I used to go to those games a lot. And the Auburn was great,
Yeah.
the band.
Yeah. There's like the Notre Dame band, Auburn, Alabama. They're very like precise.
Yeah.
They move with like military precision.
Mm-hmm.
This was not like that. This was like a whole different thing, man. Just dancing, grooving, having fun. I was getting into it, man. Playing some Shaka Khan. They're playing old school stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Dusty?
I
Yeah.
do know what you're talking about.
All right. Anyway. So that was very fun to see.
Yeah,
in
that's
person.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
That's,
shout out the aristocrat of bands.
Yeah, when it's a
Tennessee State.
small school playing a big school, it's like, we know we're not going to win the game, but we can go up and put on a show.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
So
What's the best game you've ever been to?
Best game I've ever been to. Notre Dame Stanford 2012 goal line stand. Manti Te'o stops the running back, stormed the field. I've stormed the field 3 times in my college career. But that season there were a lot of great. That's the year Notre Dame went to the national championship game. Michigan was a great game that year. Stanford. There's been a couple others. That one stands out the most. It's not a game that I think people who aren't Notre Dame fans remember, but it was a big one for us.
Do you think you maybe rushed the field when you shouldn't have? Like, it's kind of like the Gatorade bath. Like, people debate, is that field rushing? Because Notre Dame, you guys have so much tradition.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It's
should be
kind
very
of
rare.
rare. And you beat Stanford?
Yeah, Stanford was top 10 in the country at that point, dude. What are you talking about, dude? Have you ever stormed the field at Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
And you
For what?
win.
Yeah, we beat
Would
Duke.
you beat Mercer by
I think
We
you have,
beat Duke. I stormed it with Duke after we beat Duke.
really?
No, because we I think I've told
yeah,
you.
we've told it.
They beat South Carolina the week before,
Uh-huh.
and then we ran on the field, and then they were Titans were playing there the next day. So like basically one guy's like, "Hey guys, Titans game is next week, so if y'all don't mind," and we're like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense," and we just left.
That's very respectful.
Very
That's
respectful.
Yeah.
And then the next week we beat Duke, and so then they were like, "You can do it now," and then we ran and took it.
Oh, that's fun.
This is a bowl game we were at in Birmingham. Was it the Compass Bowl? Compass?
Yeah.
It was James Franklin's last game at Vanderbilt,
Mm-hmm.
and Vandy won.
That's a Tennessee game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's us on the sideline there.
That game was great because we just destroyed them.
Yeah.
Is that Wesley Tate? You remember him?
I do
Yeah.
remember Wesley Tate. I don't
Mhm.
know if that was when he was there.
I played high school football with him, dude. Taught him everything he knows.
I was going to ask you, who's the best player you ever played with? Him?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, in high school. I just missed. I would have played with Golden Tate if I'd have moved to Tennessee a little earlier because he went to my high school.
Mhm.
But I got there after he had left. So his brother, Wesley Tate, who played at Vanderbilt, freak athlete, just a man playing with kids is what it
Yeah.
looked like. You know, you see like just one of these guys who's so good, they look like they're playing with children. You
Yeah.
watch old high school highlight tapes of like stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the child's play, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just stiff arming children out there.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Do you have that one more that I
That
sent you?
guy that you got an autograph from?
Yeah. There's me on when I was a guest picker on College Game Day.
No, wow.
Do you know that, Dusty?
That doesn't seem real.
What are you talking about?
That I'll be honest with you, that looks like you on T.
It looks good. Yeah, it does.
It does look. That's a great picture. of
It's
you.
a good Photoshop, but it.
Yeah. Whose
Yeah.
body is that?
Are those cardboard
Yeah.
cutouts, Brian?
It's that's at the College Football Hall of Fame
Mm-hmm.
in Atlanta,
It
and
used to be in South Bend.
Oh,
Anyway, it's in Atlanta now.
yeah, it's in Atlanta now, and it's just a green screen where you sit down.
you
and
do
then-
look very fit there.
Yeah.
When
Well, it
was
was a
this?
different time.
Yeah,
Oh,
It was
fresh
a
cut.
few years ago.
I think you look remarkably similar to how you look now.
Oh well, thank you, because I look good there, and apparently I look good now.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was the question? I don't know.
go around the room. Anybody have a question?
Somebody asked me a
Yeah.
question. I said, "Well, let's show that one more
Oh
picture."
well, Aaron said, "Who's the guy? The best guy you ever played with? That
Yeah.
guy you got an autograph from?"
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Carlos-
play football. Carlos Gross was a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Best player I ever saw play.
Yeah.
Cross.
I mean, I've seen a lot of great college football. Are we talking about obviously not pro? Because then you're. I've seen Tom Brady play in person
Yeah, sure.
in college. Just see, I went to MTSU.
Yeah.
They had a big game this weekend too against Alabama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a close game.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way, but
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
in the
pretty
end,
exciting.
I just the experience won out in the end, I think. Equal talent on the field.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. The best player from Vandy that I thought would be for sure a star in the pros was
Jay Cutler.
well, I mean he was, but the guy that wasn't as great that I thought he was going to be was Jordan Matthews, wide receiver for Vandy, and he was
Yeah, he's a fan of the podcast.
Is he?
I don't know. I met him recently.
he was so much better.
He's
like,
back playing. He's still playing.
well, there you go.
He's
We still
training.
got time.
But
to-
yeah, he in college. He's unreal.
He was
Drafted by the Eagles in the
Mhm.
second round of the 2014 NFL
Yep.
draft.
I think sometimes these guys, they work real hard in college to make it to the NFL. And then when they make money, they're like, actually, I'm good. I don't
Yeah.
need to keep working this hard. I've made
I don't think
money
he
now.
made the money like that though.
Okay.
Like it's he was a 3-star recruit.
Give me an example of who you're talking about.
He had a good career. He came in and did stuff with the Eagles and did good, and he's kind of bounced around. I want to say he got hurt too.
mhm.
They got him as a tight end.
Who
He
was
a
the
tight end.
guy?
Yeah, I think
he had
he's going back to
dreads.
the
He played for
Knights.
the Dolphins.
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams. I think that's a good example where he
Oh,
was
okay.
like, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I've
Mhm.
already
Yes.
made some money. And if you're going to keep like holding me to these rules, then who
Right.
cares?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. That is a great example.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're allowed to, how much money they're allowed to take though. Like if you do something like that, because I mean, really, there has to be things because NFL is a business,
Mhm.
so it's like they could say like we're giving you all this money, but these guys are like I'm also realize I'm giving it to an 18-year-old or
Sure.
20-year-old that doesn't
Yeah.
know anything and that might just quit.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel is another example. I think.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
made,
so, like-
he made a little money and then he's like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, does Johnny Manziel just like get $10 million and then he's just
You have clauses in your contract. A lot of these contracts will have a morality clause where they can void. They don't owe you anymore if they find that you violated that in some way. So there are all kinds of stipulations in the contract.
But with
that-
like a decent business mindset, you make $2 or $3 million, you could turn that into, something to work for you. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard to make. Even if you can turn it
Just
into
making myself a note.
even if you make something to two, even if you left with $2 million, it is very hard to make that more. You know what I mean? Like you're famous and stuff like that, but you got to realize if you're Johnny Manziel, I don't know what he's making right now outside of investments. If he can get involved in investments and like really do that stuff, you could do that stuff, but that takes its own talent and
Right.
persistence. And you got to be, all your money can't be in one thing that if that thing fails, it's going to go away.
Right.
So even if you're Johnny Manziel, you're like, all right, we all like Johnny Manziel, but like, how much is he going to get paid to go to a party or go to a thing or whatever? He's doing appearance fees.
He needed to stick around a little longer.
Yeah, it can't be
Yeah.
that. Like I'm just saying, like to go get it. Like you gotta really have be built on some concrete things, or be really good. Or yes, you can live on $3 million, but you won't be able to live like you might want to live.
Right.
You know.
Think how much money Johnny Manziel could have made in college if he now
I know.
with the whole
I
Johnny
just watched
football
that
stuff.
documentary about him and talked about how he signed a ton of autographs and stuff, and he was taking money from people. It's like, yeah, he would have gotten all that. He would have made so much money.
Mm-hmm.
He was the most popular college athlete in the country.
He was
during that
unbelievable to
stretch.
watch.
Johnny football, man.
That's the most disappointing college to NFL guy I've seen. And I had not seen it forever, but it's like he did nothing. It really bummed me out.
Yeah.
I was
There have
very
been some
excited for him.
busts,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that was up there for sure.
Marcus Russell,
Jamarcus Russell is one of the
That's probably
worst.
the biggest.
Yeah,
He
probably.
was number one.
number 1 overall pick.
But I mean, that guy isn't he got a regular job now or something? Or
I would think so.
yeah. And I don't know. So I don't know what money he got. But I mean, and two, like they don't, bless their heart, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's
See,
they
I don't
just
know
get-
him. I was not.
Played for LSU.
He might be coaching though. Now. Is he coaching? Or no? No. There's someone else that's coaching.
Doesn't have his current job
No.
on his Wikipedia.
Yeah. I mean, it was just.
It's always weird
Crazy.
to think about them working a regular job. Like, I always like celebrities. I remember reading about Jim Carrey when I was growing up, and it said he used to clean toilets before he became famous.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that being like, wow, I can't believe that. I'm like, oh, he's cleaning toilets like the rest of us out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that hard to believe when you put it in the scope of like, there are people that clean toilets. That's their job to clean toilets.
Right.
But you read it about a celebrity, you're like, oh, I can't believe it. What a dirty job he had to do. But I've cleaned toilets for money before. You know what I mean?
I clean it for free.
Yeah.
I think it's the starting from nothing to
Right.
get to something.
Yes.
And so it's hope.
Yeah.
And like I think that's obviously what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like regular.
Yeah.
People like that more than they like. He went to Harvard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, when you do hear about a celebrity that like went to Harvard, you're like, nah.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
them less. now.
God
You're
forbid
like,
somebody get a
"Ah."
good education out here.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Well,
Now, if they went to Michigan State or something, you're like,
then you're like,
bless
well,
your
real
heart.
rags
Yeah.
to riches. Yeah.
you're like, God, that guy barely made it. You go, I don't know how you did it.
Who's the most famous person to come out of Notre Dame?
Regis Philbin, maybe.
Joe Montana.
Oh, a football player.
Well, I just meant anybody. but
I would even say maybe is Joe Montana over Regis Philbin.
I think he is.
I think
What
Joe
about Lou
Montana
Holtz?
is. Nah, I think
But
Joe
I think-
Montana's
I
number
think-
one. Rudy might be number
Yeah.
one just because that movie got more reach than anything.
But I think you're thinking of the actor. You're not. I think if Daniel Rudiger walked in here, you wouldn't even
No.
know who he was.
I know, but it's if someone says
Name.
Notre Dame, they're going to go Rudy.
His
They're
name
not going
was-
to go
Sure.
Regis Philbin.
His name
Yeah.
wasn't
They
Rudy
might say
Rudiger?
Joe Montana.
He went by Rudy.
I don't even think they're going to say Joe Montana now because it's like it's already past the thing. Rudy's probably the main thing. It's a made up story. That's what y'all had to do.
I'm surprised no presidents have ever went to Notre Dame.
We've had Supreme Court justices. We've had some.
Come on, everybody has that.
Yeah.
MTSU's got
Yeah.
half a dozen
man.
of them. They got
Yeah.
who's not
Dime a
judge?
dozen. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, this list is too long.
I
to
mean, it
even dig
appears
into,
that Vanderbilt, again, I said this last week, I'll say it again. Vanderbilt and Notre Dame are headed for a collision in the college football playoffs.
it's gonna happen, dude. It's gonna happen.
Vanderbilt can be 7-0 before we get to Georgia.
I just don't see how anybody's going to beat us. And I don't know what Notre Dame's schedule, but it's headed for a showdown. Both 2-0.
yeah, but I honestly think we can be 7-0 going into Georgia or
Could be.
6-1.
We could also be 2-5.
We're going to be good.
Yeah.
We turned it on late against Alabama and A&M.
So
I can't wait to see it.
We had a crazy second half. We did start off slow, and it was like, what are we doing? But the typical Vandy would always start slow and then stay slow.
Yeah.
and be a
Yeah.
burner.
16-9.
Dude, the final score was like 47 to.
It was a blowout.
It was a blowout. But the second half was we scored 40 points in the second half. Like, so it just showed like, yeah, we turned it, great. Clark Lee goes give a great speech at that halftime.
Mhm.
Really got into them, I imagine, because they came out and turned it on.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
thought
you heard it.
you were in the locker room and you heard this speech.
No.
I would say
Yeah,
probably.
I assume great
He had
halftime
to.
speech.
Yeah.
He had to get a great.
Or they
Deion
made
You
Sanders,
need a good halftime
adjustments.
boost. You need a good speech to get
Deion
you
Sanders
going.
is so fun.
Mhm.
The Deion Sanders stuff. I'm
Mhm.
rooting for Colorado, and I've never
Okay.
would have rooted for Colorado. I just never. I don't think I ever liked Colorado. Maybe because they're black and gold
Yeah.
too, and so like that was always, Vandy was.
Who do they got coming up? What's their schedule? look like?
Nebraska.
Yeah, but like Deion Sanders is. You want. I don't know if there's a parent in America that doesn't want their kid
Is
to go
his
play
son
for Deion
also
Sanders.
the quarterback?
Yeah,
hmm
but I mean, he's just like he's awesome. He
Well,
seems awesome.
They might
I think
be
Nebraska
3-0 coming into Oregon. Oregon and USC are two tough games for them. And then, they
They got a
play
decent schedule. I mean, their
Yeah.
schedule's not easy.
they play in essentially a fictional conference. So they're going to
Yeah.
have
Utah.
if they
I
beat
mean, Utah's
USC and
beating
Oregon,
Florida
that's
out
it.
here. I think Nebraska beats them next week.
I like Deion. We were watching Florida State game last night, and Florida State looked really good. But you're like, man, he's got to be just looking at. I don't know if he wants to coach the pros or not. Maybe he does. But you're like, I wonder if he's looking at that Florida State job. Like they got to be.
There are
like,
people at Florida State who wanted him,
yeah,
But
he wasn't really there yet.
no, he hadn't proven himself at a D1
Yeah.
level yet.
I
No.
read something that he when he played for the Cowboys, he played 50% of offensive plays and 80% defensive plays,
Yeah.
while also playing
Playing
baseball.
Major League
Yeah.
Baseball.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
And 100% of special teams.
yeah,
and
that
since
is
he was the punt returner.
unreal.
it's crazy.
He's never really off the field. And then they got a kid now
Mhm.
that is playing both
Yeah.
sides, which is very. I mean, I don't know. We were trying to say like, when do you even see that?
It's like Shohei Ohtani. It just never happens
Totally.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's the crazy. But the Shohei Ohtani, if no one, I mean, it's the Angels, and it can be
He's a
hard to
baseball player.
find a baseball player. But what that guy's doing is it's like I keep just at least be aware of it because that's a guy that when he retires or dies,
Yeah.
Both possibilities.
both possibilities.
They are, yeah.
You're not going to want to be like, I wish I'd have watched some of it. And I'm not saying you watch every game, but that's a pretty
Yeah,
special.
I think
player.
there's a shocking
he
amount
doing?
of people. He's literally the best baseball player ever. I don't even think there's an argument
What's
otherwise.
he doing that makes him so special?
He is leading, or at least he was as of a day ago, leading the Major League Baseball in home runs.
Okay.
He's a 300-plus hitter. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. And he's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Wow. Okay.
Which-
Who's he playing for?
He plays for the Angels,
All right.
who are not good. And he actually,
too bad for
he's
that
having
man.
Tommy John surgery in like 10 days.
Yeah,
Because
he'll
he,
be kinda
but
done.
he's still, he can't pitch the rest of the season, but he's been hitting
yeah,
with a messed up elbow and he's still hitting home runs. And
yeah. I mean, pretty crazy.
it's
The guy,
nobody's ever done that. Nobody's ever done it.
Babe Ruth.
That comparison is almost offensive at this point.
Well, but he did do it.
He didn't do it. He didn't do both for long at all.
Yeah, but I mean, he did them. That's what he's known for.
Initially,
Yeah,
that comparison made
Yes.
sense, but he didn't do both at a high level at the same time.
The football
For an
episode
extended
he gave up
period of
pitching
time.
once he went to the Yankees, right?
Yeah, he started playing outfield.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he started as a pitcher, and then he only did both for like a season and a half or something.
oh.
Didn't do both at the same
Yeah.
time.
football episodes really turn into a baseball episode.
Yeah,
Well, listen, we're talking about greatness, so this
kind of got to get into it.
all right.
I'll share just a couple of facts here. So football started in the 1800s. Harvard was first American school to play it. Walter Camp is known as the father of American football. He brought in a lot of the inventions like line of scrimmage and the system of downs.
What if you're Walter? What if you're that guy and you invent football and you're like, I mean, I'm going to be talked about forever. And then everybody's like, you won't.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I invented it.
Yeah.
And you go, then now he would go, well, is football not a big deal? And you're like, it's the main thing.
It's the main thing we do as a country.
It's
yeah.
the main thing we do. You're like, and I'm not brought up every day. You go, I would argue a lot of people don't even know who you are.
Is there an award named after him? The Walter Camp
Yeah.
Award?
It's
What
not
is
even
that
a good
for?
award.
It's not. Well, what is that for?
It's not. You go. Is it like the Heisman? You go. It's not. It's not. You want it to be, and I understand that because you invented it. But it's.
I've heard of it.
I've heard the award.
It's
Yeah.
the Walter Camp that's given to the Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean.
So I mean, OJ
Simpson.
won it twice.
Yeah. Who
And look
won
what
it
did to him.
recently?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams for USC won it last year.
But I mean, it's not the Heisman.
Oh, Colt
No.
McCoy,
It's
Cam
not-
Newton, Andrew
yeah.
Luck. Man, oh, yeah, that's a hot lineup.
What
Yeah.
it basically looks like, whoever gets the Heisman gets that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Mhm.
And if someone says he won the Walter Camp Award, I mean, in the football world, I think it matters. Like
Sure.
they matter. But to your average fan, no one's watching. You know, they might do that award during the Heisman. Do they do it during the Heisman or right the day before?
I
or
think it's the
something?
night before when they do the
Yeah.
Home
Awards.
Depot Awards.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like do it the night before. The guy, what's the Heisman named after?
John Heisman,
Oh, what does he do? It's
the
like
grandfather.
secretary.
Of,
He goes, I dated Walter Camp's daughter. Did you?
John Heisman. He was a player and coach of American football. He was the head coach of Oberlin College, college football powerhouse,
Yeah.
and a few others. Was a
Oberlin.
good coach. He's also the head basketball coach. That's how long ago this
I
was.
believe he was
It
the
says he was president of the Atlanta Crackers baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If they would have stayed like that, they could have kept that name.
Yeah. I believe he was the coach at Georgia Tech when they beat Cumberland 222-0.
Oh,
Biggest-
Oh, right.
Biggest blowout in college football history.
Yeah.
but it's funny to be,
God.
you're Walter Camp, and you're
Yeah.
just like, your name for a lot of people, like, yeah. I think you're just kind of like, yeah, and you're like, you're the only reason we're out here.
Like he invented camp, right?
Yeah,
That's that's what it seems like he'd be associated
yeah.
with. Walter Camp. He invented camping.
Yeah.
Before that, we were just sleeping outside.
Right.
Now we're camping.
I would think if you went up to a person, they have no idea what you're about to ask them, and you said, "What did Walter Camp invent?" Some people might say camping.
Yeah.
Or
Or
camping
Walt,
supplies.
is that like Walt Disney? They think it's
Yeah,
something
they'd say
to do
something.
with
I don't
that.
know if they'd say he invented football.
Animation maybe or something. Yeah. Let alone
Or maybe being real
football.
silly, like
Yeah.
campy.
Yeah,
There you go.
man, I bet he was.
Furious.
I bet his. Well, I bet
he
his-
died angry.
No, I think he died. I think he was like, "I leave a legacy," and then now he went back. It'd be like, "No, you left a legacy, but it's."
They talk about you on
Oh.
a podcast occasionally.
He died in 1925. So it was like football was like a budding hobby at best in
Yeah.
1925. Nobody
Yeah.
cared back then. You know?
But still, you invented it.
I know. But see, he never even got to see it become something.
I mean, you would think that our main stuff would be called the thing after the guy that invented it.
Yeah, he helped.
Called it
Definitely
camp.
shake
Like
it.
Joe
Called it camp
Nate,
ball.
what's the guy who invented basketball? Joe
Naismith.
Naismith. Like Naismith is very much, everybody knows he invented basketball.
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows he invented basketball.
I didn't know that.
Well, and that's because you've never seen basketball.
Yeah.
And
They at least named the Hall of Fame after him.
yeah,
NBA Hall of Fame.
yeah. Naismith Memorial.
What's his first name?
John.
I thought it was James.
A lot of Johns.
James
inventing
Naismith
stuff.
or John Naismith.
Yeah, it was one of those J names.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
guess
You're right.
football is Walter Camp's the closest to an inventor, but there's not one clear. They kind of took it from rugby and just kind of
Okay.
changed the rules a little bit.
Maybe they said that much earlier. 'Cause
Should've
That's
called
a
it
great point.
Well, I
Camp
think
ball.
you kind of ran with it more
When
than
did
I
you think
expected.
when did you think of that point?
When you were kind of on that last part of the
Oh, okay.
the rant, I was like, maybe I should clarify. We're now talking about John Naismith. So,
Mhm.
Dusty, why don't you tell us about
James.
AG1?
James Naismith.
Well, listen, our next partner is AJ1.
AJ1.
AG1, yeah.
Yeah, I think you said AJ.
I probably did, but it's AG1. I'm still coming down from the coffee and the AG1 I had today. It's very good. All of us are trying to take our AG1 by Athletic Greens every day. We all gave AG1 a try because we wanted increased energy and immune system support for our busy lifestyles. We all like to take AG1 in the morning before starting the day, and it makes us feel like we're doing something good to cover all our nutritional bases. It's much easier to mix one scoop of powder in water once a day than to take a bunch of different things. It is the healthiest thing you can do in under a minute and costs less than $3 a day. Since we travel so often, we also get the single-serving travel packs, so we never have to miss a day when we're on the road. You can get free monthly delivery to make it even easier. It tastes great. And I do feel better when I take it. It's always good to take some vitamins, and this is an easy way to do it because every scoop has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients of the highest quality that have major benefits like gut and mood support, boosted energy, and even healthier looking skin, hair, and nails. Look at this hair. Less than 1 gram of naturally occurring sugar per serving. AG1 has been part of millions of mornings since 2010. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/Nate. That's drinkag1.com/Nate. Check it out.
There you go.
That was a solid ad read.
That was.
That was a good job.
Long, but yeah. It's
The
pretty good.
Ford Pass was invented in 1906.
At the University of Notre Dame.
No, you said that before, but that's incorrect.
What?
So in 1905, 19 players.
I think just being a forward person was invented at Notre Dame. You are very forward people.
forward
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. No, well, I meant like you just inject your out of nowhere. Just one of you walk in the room. I'm Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And you're like, golly,
Yeah.
we weren't even asking about colleges, and they go, but I'm Notre Dame. Went to Notre Dame.
What do you say in Notre Dame at kickoff?
Notre Dame. Joe Montana or Chant Rudy.
What do you mean? What do we say?
At an Alabama
War
game, they
Eagle.
go roll
Tide.
tide,
They
roll.
go Irish.
Okay.
That's what
That's
they do.
cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. to
War
come up
Eagle.
with.
War
Go Irish.
Eagle.
What do they say at
Hey.
Vanderbilt? Are they in the stadium yet? at
Yeah,
kickoff?
yeah. At kickoff, we don't say much. Now what do we say? We say something.
I don't
Anchored
know.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our offense. It anchors down all right.
Anchored down. That
Yeah.
feels good.
Uh-huh.
No, we do say something. I feel like
I don't know.
South Carolina
Hey, Nate,
had the
come
worst.
over
one.
here.
yeah.
I think South Carolina's was
They
the
ask
worst.
you-
It's too
they-
long. There's a lot of things.
They ask
that you
us to
say.
Pig
quiet
suey.
down.
That's Arkansas.
They ask us to quiet down.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Woo
They go,
Pig.
hey, we're about to do kickoff.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
No microphones. We're about to do kickoff. You guys quiet down.
You get everybody individually in the stadium.
Yeah. Nate, you have that little T thing. I think I got it. Yeah.
Nate, did you bring my seat cushion? So in 1905,
Yeah.
19 players died on the college football field.
Mm.
Jeez.
So President Roosevelt said, "You
So
got
we're
to."
doing pretty good these days. Then.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
"You got to come up with something to make it less violent." So they made it the Ford Pass legal thing.
What was it? Just
Spread it out.
backward passes? So it's just tax. So
Just
it's like
running.
rugby.
It was a lot like rugby, I think. Just
How did they? Well,
Grinding
then
it up
how
the
was
middle.
it so? Because rugby, I feel like, do they die like that?
I don't think
I
so.
hope not.
Yeah.
But
They're probably also alcoholics in 1905.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
He
Dehydrated.
goes, it's got to be safe. You're like, it's typhoid.
Yeah, they're
dude."
dying of
He goes, "It's like
diarrhea."
pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about? He goes, they're all 44. That's what the age is. He goes, I don't know.
so back then, the forward pass, if it fell incomplete, it was a turnover.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, so it was
That's
pretty
I
risky.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Pretty
You
risky
like
at that
that?
pass.
I like that rule.
Now, Notre Dame did perfect the forward pass. They're the first team that became a pass first, run second team.
That's real
Uh-huh.
confidence, especially if
Oh.
it's a turnover.
It's not a very old tradition.
Yeah.
That's kind of new. You feel like a very new kind of, you're like Oregon changing uniforms all the time. That's what it feels like.
Oh,
A school that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You couldn't, you're not just a Notre Dame. You think it's like they get in there. It's like it's defense. We run the football. We're old school.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out y'all are the ones couldn't handle the heat.
We're
so you
finesse-
got out of the kitchen.
We're finesse
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
George Gipp.
George Gipp,
19-
win one for the Gipper.
1919, 1920.
Old GJ.
Started airing it out.
think it's
1921
K.
team. Yeah.
I think it's is it KIPPER?
Gipp. GIPP.
GJ.
Win one for the Gipper. Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Double J.
I thought it was Kipper.
Good game.
George Kipper.
If you could change one rule about football, what would it be?
I got two
Okay. What would you
Oh.
do? If you were the commissioner
because I thought this question might come up.
commissioner of football, college and NFL, the made up position, what would you change?
So there's a limit on how many challenges a coach can have.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you're continuously right, why should it be your fault if the ref keeps screwing up? That there's a limit on how many times you can challenge it.
Oh,
I like
that's
that.
a really
Well,
surprisingly
so it would be
good rule.
you only get one, but you can use it the whole time until you lose it, and
And-
then it's over.
Yeah, you could do that.
I would do that
How would you do it, Brian?
because you can't have them just challenging every single thing.
Yeah, it'd be nonstop.
But that's on the refs if they're because you do lose a timeout if you're wrong. So there is some penalty that you incur.
I know, but just say so you don't get one challenge. You get one challenge. If you're right,
Yeah.
then you can keep.
You don't
challenging.
lose
You
your
don't
challenge.
lose your challenge. But
Mhm.
the second you're wrong, you're done.
Yeah.
I think there should be, I like that, but there should be sometimes like you feel like you do a challenge and they don't overturn it. And I'm like, you should have overturned it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel
Mhm.
like there should be a little oversight in that where like, I don't know. I feel like it's rigged a little bit these days.
They had a golf thing just in the LPGA or women's golf. They did these girls they were doing a playoff on 18 holes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're driving and she was driving in a cart because that's what they do. They hit them in the cart back to the tee box, and then someone was like, "You got to get off the fairway." They told her to get off the fairway. So she drives. The lady's driving through, and then she holds the rope up as they drive through, and then she lets it go, and it breaks her driver. And so then she has to hit a 3-wood, and the other girl hits a driver, and the other girl wins with an eagle because there's a par 5, and the other girl couldn't get there in 2 because she had a 3-wood. And that was a moment.
She shouldn't have been driving on the fairway though.
Well, but they do. That was a moment.
I don't know anything about it,
Good
but I
point,
just feel
Dusty.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's uncommon.
Yeah, it's uncommon, but it's it's like that's a moment that you're like, there's no way to even think about what's about to happen. Like even when she's holding that rope, everybody's like, oh, she should have held it longer. You're like,
Mhm.
you can't think I'm about to drop it and break my drive. Like it's
Yeah.
just
I can't believe
so
nobody
much.
has an extra driver out there.
Well, you're
That's
not
the
allowed to do
rules.
it.
You
It's the
can't.
rules. It's you couldn't do
Seems
it.
like the rules
You
are
have
out the
to
window
use
at
the
this point.
So
clubs.
the rule, if you break a driver, if an audience member breaks your driver, you gotta, too bad.
I've seen it before where
Yeah.
the golfer will break their putter and now they have to putt with an iron.
Yeah.
Well,
you
I
know?
agree with that. If you're breaking your own clubs out there,
Yeah.
that's your bad.
That's
No,
Tin Cup.
I think if it's a club malfunction, you're allowed to do it. But I mean, breaking it, you just broke it with the rope. You didn't. It's no malfunction.
Mhm.
I mean, and I don't even know if they would have had. They should have probably been like. It's one of those that you just feel so bad that you want to go like, we're gonna let her use the driver. Or you make that other girl be like, you can only use your 3-wood. Like this was like our fault, But
Mhm.
I don't know. It is. But the rules are the rules, and it's like you can't get too much into it.
I like this challenge rule. You know what? I also a rule thing. Like I hate when they don't call pass interference, and I believe pass interference happens,
Mhm.
and there's no way to challenge that because you can't challenge a no call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I feel like that's
Wow.
how That's why I think I don't think the game is rigged in the sense that you come out and you go, this is what's going to happen. I feel like the refs though can sway a game.
Oh, sure. I thought you were saying your rule is that you should be able to. You're like, sometimes I watch it and I think it's a bad
yeah.
I'd like him to be able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you did the challenge thing and you said you can challenge whatever you want to challenge?
Yeah.
You can challenge a no call. You can challenge a
Challenge the spot of the ball.
spot of the ball. You get
Yeah.
whatever the time is. They look at it real fast. I mean, they're watching up there at the top.
You challenge and you go, what are we looking for?
Yeah.
And you can tell them,
Yeah.
I think there was a holding on the. Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting.
I like
that.
this. This is not a rule, but I would like this to happen. Like sportscasters that get real, like they're real cocky and they're like, this is what's going to happen in this game. This is what's going to happen in this game. I think after all those games that week, all those guys come back in and you have to, they get like shamed for where they were wrong.
I think the internet does that to a lot of
Yeah,
them
the
already.
refs. I feel bad.
Refs
for
or the
refs.
analysts?
The analyst.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I could see the analysts because they sometimes say stuff that you're just like, I can't believe you said.
Yeah.
But
I think,
yeah,
some shaming.
sometimes they say stuff and you're like, how do you not see that? And then I'm like, they might not have a TV up there.
Yeah.
And there's I
not
started
even
watching
those guys. I mean, like the Stephen A. Smiths, whatever you call those guys.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they go.
Well,
yeah.
they get trashed in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
all the
already.
time.
I mean, not
And then
And I'm not calling out him specifically, but
who do you want to hold their feet to the fire? Like the government?
no, just I don't know, fans, maybe
That's-
just
you're
coaches.
like, maybe the government could do something finally.
yeah.
Make my life
yeah,
easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get Joe Biden to come down and explain to him what went on.
Yeah.
One other rule that I would change.
Yeah.
If someone fumbles the ball out of bounds, then you keep the ball right there where it goes out of bounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you fumble at the 1 inch line, you still get the ball on the 1 inch line.
Right.
But if you fumble an inch forward and it goes through the end zone, the other team gets the ball on the 20, correct?
Be a touchback, right? Yeah.
And they would get it. It just seems like that's such a drastic difference
Mm-hmm.
for sometimes just a small.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
hold on to the ball. You know what I mean?
I feel like if a team fumbles through the end zone, they should get to keep the ball, but maybe back them up to the 20.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it's drastic that if you can fumble out of bounds, you get to keep it. But if you fumble and it goes in the end zone, it goes out of bounds, the other team gets it.
How many times do you see this happen?
I mean, a lot.
No.
I support it though.
Fumbling through an end
He's
zone?
been in the fantasy league for 28 years.
There's not, no one's, I think it's a rule that it's not, this thing's not happening.
I mean, it happens every year, though. It's not like it never happens. It's not like a perfect game in baseball. There's a few times a year that
Yeah.
teams fumble, and then it's a touchback.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's just a drastic.
Yeah. I get that it's drastic. I don't think it's that big.
I
of a-
think if the referee gets in the way and ruins a play, that you should call a penalty on the referee.
You hate the refs.
I do. Well, it's like they'll be in the way and they get run over, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you ruined that play.
They're
'cause you
part
were
of the
in
field.
way. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
People use them as screens.
Yeah. I don't, but the referee, you got to really, you're trashing a guy that's making the least amount of money out there. And
Not in college.
he's not got
I'm talking about NFL. Yeah.
NFL. But even in college, what are they doing? Donating their time? Or it's like they're still not. There's gotta be some kind of, I think baseball's got an umpire problem right now. I can see complaining about baseball umpires because it seems like they're making it about them on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that has a feeling of that. But I always just feel bad for the refs because you're like, I mean, it's an insane job.
I agree.
I don't feel bad for him.
$57,000. Why would you even do it?
Median salary for a football ref in the NCAA, $57,000.
Why would you even do it? Why would you? I mean, it's like, I'm just saying that's a lot of money, but why would you even put yourself through? I mean, there's a chance someone's going to come burn your house down if the game is big enough.
Don't
For you
mess
to-
up.
Yeah.
But that's the average. So some people are making more.
But I think maybe you try to work your way up. NFL refs make $200,000 a year on average.
Yeah, just to
Pretty
travel around and watch football. Best seats in the house. You're right there on
A
the
lot of
field.
pressure, man.
I think the goalpost should be moved back to the inline.
That's crazy.
Front
They-
line.
Widened.
Crazy they used to do that.
Yeah.
Used to-
Do you?
No,
Oh,
but
wow.
that is crazy that they used to do that. And
They do it in CFL.
CFL,
CFL now,
good,
but
yeah.
NFL did it up until 1974.
Mhm.
And the only reason they finally pushed it back is because there were so many field goals. They're like, we got to try to encourage people to score more touchdowns.
Mhm.
So they pushed it back. But Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
players.
that's 10 yards. That means, if you're hitting a 50-yarder, and if it's up there, that 50-yarder becomes, you're kicking it from literally the 50-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then there's been 60-yarders. So that means someone could try to kick a field goal from the 40, their own 40. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude.
This is a funny story. Transmitters and helmets. So it started in the NFL officially in 1994, but back in the 50s, Paul Brown, who was coach of the Browns,
That's where the Browns came from?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think he was just the same name.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
worked out.
Oh, okay.
He
believe I have
goes,
that
I
right.
want to call it the Browns. And he goes, I'm not what you think.
Yeah.
I swear to you, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
He experimented on his own and started putting a radio transmitter, didn't tell anybody, in his quarterback's helmet. And then people started noticing that they're not calling in signals anymore. That somehow the quarterback's getting it. So
And he's got a big antenna coming off his
Yeah. And for some reason, he just looks. It's like, you ever watch that quarterback? I mean, like right before he just gets it's like a trance. Like he's
Yeah.
just like, and then he talks to the team. He sits there quietly for 30 seconds. Watch it. 30 seconds. He goes, and then he tells the team what's going on. That's a weird way to communicate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like telepathy.
yeah. So he started doing it on his own. And
What year was that?
I think this was in the 50s.
Wow.
Mm.
How do you do that?
Yeah, how big was his helmet?
No, I think we had all kinds
They didn't
of
see the cord?
Soviet spy technology
I didn't
back
see
then.
the cord that was going in between.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And but people started figuring it out. So
He runs like a dog. Like, he can only go so far. His helmet jerks back.
It's an orange extension
Yeah.
cord. Yeah.
So he finally just admitted he was doing it. They're getting ready to play the Giants at Yankee Stadium, and he warned because they were trying to jam his signals. These other teams were.
Uh-huh.
If you do that, it's an FCC violation, $10,000 fine.
Wow.
To jam the signal?
I think he just told them that, just try to warn them. So the Giants said, "All right." They didn't jam it. They just found a way to listen in. So they just listened into his frequency, knew all the plays that
Oh, really?
they were running. And after that, the NFL commissioner just said, "We got to stop this." So he outlawed.
I wonder, did they beat them pretty easily?
21-9, not as bad as you might think.
The
But they
Giants
do
beat
it.
them 21-9?
Yeah.
That was
But
a
they
high
do it
scoring
now,
game back
right?
then, huh?
They do it now, right?
Yeah. Since 1994, the NFL's had it in quarterbacks' helmets.
Yeah, and they can just talk to them. I'd love to put a helmet on and hear it,
Mhm.
what it is. I don't really know what it is. Like,
I love, dude. NFL mic'd up moments are so great. Did you see that one that went viral of Aaron Rodgers in that in the
Yes.
preseason
yeah,
game?
yeah. Yeah, where's the mic, though?
Well, I
It's
mean,
just in the
the earpiece, it's like,
The earpiece is, like, built into the helmet.
yeah, they can't talk to the coach, but the coach just talks
Yeah.
to his.
oh,
Like
it's not
two-
two-way. It's like a baby monitor,
Yeah, I don't think the quarterback's talking back to him.
huh? Oh,
Mhm.
I thought they could at least go, yes, sir.
No, I think that's when they do that and they look and they're like, because they're trying to hear. And he goes, all right, run the blah, blah. Yeah, man, you know.
All right.
And then there a guy on defense that also has it.
I'm sure they're all talking,
Mhm.
dude. They all got stuff going on.
What
Oh,
if you're like the
I thought
one
it was
guy
just like
that doesn't have the ear and they're like, "Nah, don't even tell him. It's not worth it.
I don't think they all have it, do they? I thought it was
I
just
don't
like
know.
the quarterback and like maybe the middle linebacker who's calling the defensive plays or something.
I've never played at a level where you had that.
Do they have it now in
The
college?
Run in the play.
They have it in college too, don't they?
Maybe. I don't know. They got to get off and talk to him on the phone when they get on the sideline.
I thought you would know all this, Aaron. I'm a little disappointed.
I didn't
in you.
play. I didn't play D1 football.
Hmm.
I wanted to focus on my studies.
All right. Lambeau Leap started in 1993.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
You don't know what the Lambeau Leap is? See?
No.
Aren't you glad I brought it up?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know what anything is.
Well, I don't know all these historical things.
I mean, it's
These
shocking that he's into sports.
Things, these things don't mean anything to me. The Lambeau Leap.
Do you know what Lambeau Field is?
Yeah, that's the Packers. I
Right.
know
The
that.
Lambeau Leap is the when they jump into the crowd after they score a touchdown. That's called the Lambeau
You've never
Leap.
seen that?
No, I mean I've seen them jump. That seems too much to me
Yeah.
to give it a name. It's like, well, just score touchdowns like it is your job. You know what I mean? You don't need to have a thing.
Act
where
like you've been there before.
Yeah.
right. Don't need to leap into the crowd and the fans now have to hold you up.
Yeah.
You're complaining about something that began 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what
like it's new.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this game's changed.
I'm gonna tell you something. You were 7 when they invented this.
It's like
Let me tell you something, man.
I've
When I
seen-
was young,
you see people on
they
the
didn't have these
on the
names.
court or the field, and they're doing like this to the crowd, and it's like, well, we've already bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do, and we'll cheer when you do something cheer worthy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Don't tell us when to cheer.
Yeah.
You know? I see comics do it sometimes too. They'll do like this, and it's like, well, give them something to cheer about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be like, cheer for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you know what spiking the football is?
I do know what that is. Yeah.
So that started in the 1960s. A guy named Homer Jones scored a touchdown. He was about to throw the ball in the stands, which was, I guess, tradition back then. But then he remembered that Commissioner Pete Rozelle recently banned that. So the last minute, he tried to stop himself, and the ball went into the ground. And he, people liked it. Dusty, go control your baby.
Oh yeah.
And
Sorry about that.
Is that your son?
I guess so. I
Yeah.
don't. I haven't.
Can you not recognize a cry?
No, I think I could, but I can't
Yeah.
hear it that well.
Okay.
yeah,
Do you even know your son? That's what it sounds- that's what if he's defensive at all, that's a fight, right? You can't. Oh, so you can't recognize your kids?
Yeah, yeah.
You got, I know my son.
You can't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Punch me in the face.
Well, anyway, that's how the spike started.
Oh, wow.
And people liked it.
Yeah, people liked it.
It's-
So
you're not allowed to spike the ball now, though, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, you can.
Oh, not in college. NFL, you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
for a while, NFL, I think it was the no fun league, and they outlawed any celebration.
it every-
And
I
now,
always thought if I was a running back, I would throw all my touchdowns. I would throw them in the stands and let someone take them.
Mhm.
Let be like,
just nailing people.
Well,
we don't want this.
no, but
Take it back.
It's everyone you score, you throw it, give it to a fan,
Yeah.
and you just go. It's about like this football doesn't mean anything to me.
It's a fun part of baseball, you see, because
Yeah.
they throw so many balls
Yeah,
in the stands,
Yeah.
and it's fun to you find a kid. I bet it's fun for the players.
Well,
to go
Cam Newton
look
used
for
to
a
do
kid,
that. He would run
Yeah.
up and
He'd
find a kid.
hand
every
it to
time.
him.
Yeah.
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 Scam Newton.
Yeah. That's your name for him, not mine.
I always thought I would sometimes think it's about this dream. It's like if you're a running back in the NFL and you score touchdowns, you throw every touchdown ball in the stands.
Yeah.
At the end of your career, you see how many of those people you can find. Take a picture with all of them,
Yeah.
I
and
like
they all
that.
stand
Fun.
there holding the ball, and it's all these people.
That's fun.
You've really put some thought to this.
And
I have.
ask them,
It
do they
stinks that
still have the
it's only
ball?
like 4.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God.
He goes, I call it. Nah, he was available because he just one guy.
What if you're like, you still have the ball? They're like,
Yeah, I sold it.
yeah.
But it's almost like you would have to go like, I would be okay with whatever they did with the ball. The idea of it is you go, I'm getting, because then I think about this all the time. And I think like, so what if you like retire? Say you're the most touchdowns ever and all this. So they want something for the thing. You're like, well, I'll give you my uniform.
Mhm.
You could keep a uniform. There's a million things that you could kind of keep.
Mhm.
Maybe I could even see keeping the last one if you think it's, or one, just being like, this is the one. So we're going to hold on to that one, but all the other ones have been given away. I could see some stuff, but it's like, it's not, it's like you're lucky you worked hard. You're lucky to be in that situation. And then you're always throwing. And then you're like, you're the moment.
Mhm.
So what do you need the ball for?
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
moment.
It's a lot of balls in one game, though. You're using a lot
Well,
of
what like
balls.
it? You just
I always think that too, but you're allowed to throw them in the stands.
Super Bowl touchdown. I would
Yeah.
keep that ball.
Yeah. You're allowed to throw the ball in the
Mhm.
stands. So they can do that. Because I always think that too. It could be wasteful.
Mhm.
Is it considered wasteful to be like, we got to keep making? I mean, I don't know how many balls they have. I mean, you know how many footballs are for sale and just in general?
That's job
There's
creation.
a ton of
There you go.
footballs.
Job creation.
A ton.
Maybe people in football factories are like, keep throwing them out.
Right.
Yeah.
What about the jersey swap? Would that be fun?
I think that would be like, dude, I don't want to take this off right now.
Yeah.
I would do it probably once, and then I would say, I'm not gonna. I can't take it
What's
off.
the jersey swap?
That's when players will give each other their jerseys after
Mhm.
games.
Oh, okay.
It's probably fun.
Yeah.
Probably a fun thing. Would you ever shirt swap comics after shows? Anything like that?
Depends on the comic. If you're holding a towel up there, no.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to have to separate that. I don't want to put this in a plastic bag to get it home.
And I have to drive home with no shirt on.
Yeah.
So the Cheeseheads started when a guy was cutting up his mom's couch. He took the foam, made a hat out of it, wore it to a Brewers game. Player for the Brewers, Rick Manning, saw it, wore it in the dugout just for fun. It became this big novelty. The guy eventually did that, who created a company and sold millions and millions of Cheeseheads. Just sold it to the Green Bay Packers this year.
Wow.
That company.
Now that's some
really?
good
Wow.
capitalism right there.
You talk
Yeah.
about rags to riches.
That's
He was
nice.
digging foam out of his mom's couch,
Yeah.
and he sold his company to the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
How about
That's
it?
the guy.
Foamation.
It's Office Space. And he goes, like the guy that invented the pet rock.
Yeah.
He made $1 million.
Yeah. I did want to show real fast before we go the fantasy football, Nateland Fantasy Football
let's
League.
look
Oh,
at
I
these.
thought you were about to show from yours.
No.
If you guys want to follow my league, that's been for 28 years with a bunch of 50-year-old men.
There's a few differences. The Nateland League.
Oh, there is a league.
Yeah. Look
See, I like this.
Yeah, so just these names.
Dad Gummit.
Oh, wow.
Horses with no names. That's a fun
That's
one.
great.
Ice whipped coffee with cream.
The
The
Gaspers.
Gaspers.
What's the Gaspers from?
Because I gasp.
Who
Oh.
made this? Like,
These are
It's the second year I think they've done this.
Is that
Somebody,
all
Isaac-
the team names?
Isaac Volk. This is only one of the leagues. So we've got another league called Dusty
Oh,
Town.
I'd like to see some names.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Team Town, Trailer Park Tornado.
Oh, yeah.
Warning. Yeah.
yeah, a
Lumber
lot of teams
Maniacs,
available
that's what I'm
for
saying.
Dusty
Yes.
Town.
Yeah.
Demon Slayers.
I was
Oh,
going to say
yeah.
Dusty Town is open for business.
Yeah.
No pork players.
The No Pork Players.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Still need
I think
a few
there's
teams
actually-
there. Oh,
We got a Batesville
Yeah.
League. Bates.
Oh, they got a few openings there.
They got
It's a 4-team league.
Looks like a show.
There's a chance Batesville was started by Brian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Deadly Squirrels. According to this, the nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
very
Airland?
fun.
Is there an
That's
Airland
fun.
team?
I think so.
Let's see what's
But
going
I
on
think
with
you
that.
sent me the.
uh,
I think you sent me the
all
link.
right. I
wrong.
think we're
Oh, I
good.
sent you the wrong league.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah.
I feel bad. I think there's 2 Nateland leagues.
Yeah, you sent me the wrong link. That's okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry to the guys
Yeah.
that we didn't get to show.
That's all good.
Yeah. Well, there's an Aaron Land and there's a.
Yeah, it
Who's
was very fun.
Yeah.
Good luck to
Yeah,
the
you look
Gaspers.
worried.
Good luck.
I'm rooting for the Gaspers.
Yeah.
You look worried. Sky's the limit,
Yeah.
folks. Gas.
What's sky's the limit? Is that something you
Ice
say?
coffee whipped
I
cream.
don't get that.
I don't know.
I might.
I've never said that. I don't believe it.
Well,
Uh,
you can't go past the sky.
I like
that's for
that.
sure.
Well,
Gummit.
maybe
So-
that's what that's
Oh,
about.
yeah.
The sky
Maybe
is-
that's
That
what they're
is
talking
it.
about.
You just called it
The
out.
Sky's the
Yeah.
limit.
They're
can't-
referencing
Yeah,
you.
you can't get past it.
Oh, sky's the limit. Yeah.
I mean, it is the limit.
Yeah.
Good job, Dusty. Figure that one out.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I guess it's a good place to stop.
All right.
Talk about where we're going.
All right.
Sorry, dude.
Let me. Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right, I'll let you wrap it up,
You
dude.
just act.
You go ahead, man. I thought you were about to
No,
just
say
shut
where
it
you-
off.
Go ahead and say where you're
I
going.
thought you were about to cut this podcast
I was
off.
about to cut it off. Where are you going, Aaron? You got to get it out there. Where are you going?
It's a lot of pressure. This weekend, I'm in Bakersfield, California, with Nateland alum Mike James is going to be with me.
All right.
So that'll be a fun show. Bakersfield and then Pleasanton, California on Saturday. So if you're in middle of the Northern California, come see us.
All right. I'll be in Tacoma, Washington at the Tacoma Comedy Club.
We'll be all West Coast because I'm San Diego,
Oh,
Tucson,
nice.
and L.A.
All
How about
right.
that? Where you going,
We're
Brian?
going to be in North Charleston, South Carolina.
All
The
right.
opposite.
Other
Oh,
side of the
we'll be all
country.
on coast.
East
Yeah.
Coast.
The middle country will be free of
Nateland.
Nateland. this
North
week.
Charleston.
coast.
That's my part of the country there.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Sparrow.
Okay. I
Doing
know the
comedy
Sparrow.
there?
Excellent.
That's this Saturday.
Tell them I said hey.
I'm going to get home in time to watch the Titans beat the Saints.
All right.
Season opener.
I'd like you to try to find a guy named Bill Davis and talk to him for a little bit. I'd like you to come back after you've talked to Bill and let's talk about him a little on the podcast and see what you think.
Bill Davis. Okay. September 23rd.
He didn't write anything down. He acted like he would. You might as well just write it down, man.
Bill Davis.
Bill
that's a
Davis,
real
Bill
guy.
Davis. You
All
won't
right.
remember
That's
that.
a real guy.
September 23rd, Jasper, Indiana. September 30th, Millington, Ohio. October 1st at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia.
All right. And
Yeah,
September
pack that one.
14th.
September 14th.
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
Just found
folks.
out.
Hello,
Dry
Folks
Bar
comes out.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
yeah. So
check
we're
that
not.
out.
I guess I probably plugged it, but yeah, then Spokane the next weekend for me because we're not doing one.
Are you staying out there?
next week? No,
the whole
I'm
time?
not staying, nah.
Yeah,
Okay.
next week is the next week I'll be at the Corn Ferry event
Oh, yeah.
next week at the Simmons Bank Open, I'll be out there some.
Augustine's
walking around.
playing that one.
Augustine, yep.
Where's that?
Augustine's on podcast. He's playing it. It's at the Grove.
Close by.
Yeah. And so it's a great event, and I'm playing the Pro Am like Monday, and then the tournament start Thursday. I mean, they do stuff all week, but I'll be out there wandering around. It's fun. It's fun to watch.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
September
Thank you guys.
14th. Yeah.
You
You want to do it?
No, I don't actually. I was doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
I've struggled with
Big
it before.
special.
You do it way better.
Yeah. So we'll be back. Not next week, but the week after.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we hope you have a wonderful Labor Day. Hope you have a great next week. We love you, and we'll see you later. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.